for certainty, because it's go big or go home.
One more step. One more hurdle to secure the M Series stage for the first time in history. The robots have rebelled against their masters. It is going to be Gigatron Alpha. And on the other side, it is do or die. Will the geeks solve the algorithm that is within the alphas? Let's welcome Geek Fam!
Final showdown right here, potentially, for both these teams. They've tried everything. They got the execution down, the strategies, and now the draft as well. We talk about Onyx before, they usually go with execution. But for Bigatron and Geek, it's all about the draft. If Coach Airplan thinks that he can maintain the low amount of heroes in the hero pool, he is going to be sorely disappointed because Coach Alpha, the architect, is well known for taking advantage of that stagnation.
This is what I find so scary about this match. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we going to be expecting?
Oh, oops.
What kind of crazy strategies can we expect from both of these masterminds? Because on one side, Bigatron Alpha, throughout the entirety of the regular season, we always see crazy picks. We see the instant swap.
Alrighty, honestly, I hope Geek Fam wins. I hope Geek Fam. I think they've worked super hard for this.
Other side from Geek, because they've been
I think it's like the perfect underdog story for Geek Fam, considering they did like last place for like how many MPL seasons, and then all of a sudden they can go to an M series. I think it just sounds fantastic.
The Faramis and the Valentina, it seems to be two of the biggest.
I think that is wonderful.
And Bigatron has the Valentina as well, but no Faramis. That is a pick that's uniquely used by Geek, and they were forcing Onyx to ban it away in yesterday's match.
Geek Fam.
You can see a different story as well for Bigatron. They're banning away the fighters. All these utility, adaptable, flexible picks so they can lock in their opponents into more predictable outcomes that they can take advantage of. For Geek, they're respecting all the outplay potentials, especially with playmaking being one of their main weapons here in MPL.
Geek Fam.
Geek Fam. These macro-heavy heroes that are very difficult to punish will not make it to the Land of Dawn. In the most bet of our opponents, though, you can see that for Geek Fam, it's a bit special, man. Natalia 15 times. That doesn't really make any sense if you really think about it.
True. It's a Geek Fam special, and it makes sense.
It's a Geek Fam special.
If you have a player like Beloyski, if you have a player as versatile as Beloyski in that roam position to be able to utilize support heroes, assassin heroes, cover heroes, initiating heroes, it makes sense how much respect.
You see someone? No one is awake.
And that's what makes Geek Fam so special.
Geek Fam.
Also, to add to that, the man on your screen is also earlier on what makes.
Dude, I need to hold on. I need to go turn down like my AC. It is so hot right now. I don't know why.
The fray of Geek Fam is very evident. If we again discuss the drafts, the patch, Beloyski in this current patch, it's more flexible. He can too explore more heroes.
So let's talk about how Geek Fam are supposed to win this over the Red Robots as we take you through the keys to victory.
Samsung Galaxy S23 Series 5G, Mark the Marquee. Winning the matchup for Marquee here will be their literal key to finding victory here. Avoid overextending and control the adrenaline rush in the late game. We've seen that the longer the game goes, the more difficult things get, the higher the stakes. And for Geek Fam, they've been there multiple times, but you can still see some inconsistencies.
I'm gonna get more water too.
That could be exploited. That is what they need to try and take control of, especially against Bigatron Alpha. And their own keys to victory here. Key is the key. Cover or pick off, it's time for him to show off right here, right now. And optimizing the 4-1 setup to expose Geek's lack of wave management. Geek is a team that always corrals together, goes for the very solid team fights, especially in the past few matches. They can try and play the macro game and do a bit of a split push. We have seen that against Onyx, they were struggling quite a bit. And now it's literally, that's literally the problem right here. It's a key showdown. Is it gonna be Marquee? Or is it gonna be Key? Or should I say Super Key?
That's the question. Which key will unlock their victory today? But I really like that last point because I thought that that was one of the most glaring mistakes that Geek Fam made that ultimately allowed CW to go for a backdoor. Well,
top right corner, you can't see.
During these lower takes, so wave management, going back to the basics is going to be very important because, you know, in a high stakes game, sometimes the basics don't got you covered. But we also have to talk about this, the highest achievement. MPLI 2022 marks the highest achievement for Geek Fam ID in international tournaments. They successfully reached the MPLI Grand Finals, yet was unable to secure playoffs in MPLID from Season 4 to Season 10. But this just goes to show that despite the fact that we say that it's Bigatron Alphas and Geek Fam's first time in the M Series, it doesn't mean that they don't have international experience, right? Geek Fam went all the way to second place behind Onyx during their time at MPLI 2022. And for the side of the Red Robots, the Terminators, they were able to get second place at SBS behind Onyx as well. So you can say experience is something that they do hold, and let's see if that experience is enough to bring them over.
Oh, okay, let's see here what will happen. Bigatron Alpha in this opening game. And Geek Fam, you're right, experience-wise, they are there. They have that experience. They are ready. But, again, they need to jump over this hurdle first.
They really do. And it's going to begin in the drafting phase. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome you to the drafts of game number 1. Bigatron Alpha, first pick. Geek Fam with the second. Already.
All right, draft. Sorry, I went to get water.
And banned out by Bigatron.
My data back.
They certainly have done their homework against the Geeks. Meanwhile, Geek go for
okay,
a
draft.
And a joy ban.
So BTR, I think, are making the right play here. Instead of trying to ban out Geek Fam supports, just leave them all open. It is much easier that way. Ban out the other strong picks. They're just copying Onyx draft. It's the smart thing to do. It's honestly amazing that Yeb thought of that for Game 5 yesterday. Open all the supports, ban out the strong picks from Nile and a boy, and just play versus supports.
For now, though, the Akai is still left open, and for Bigatron, the first pick is gonna be that Valentina.
Good first pick.
Very solid pick. All right, again, Bigatron.
Good first pick. I wonder what Moreno's gonna play.
Moreno.
Angela Irithel. Okay, yep. Oh, wait, no, Angela Mattel. Whoa.
2 heroes, rather. They forgot about Matilda and Angela.
Okay,
Angela mid
I don't
is a
know
deadly
about this. Let's see.
Wow, all right.
I think BTR is just going to pick Irithel here to take it away.
Here, double support meta.
But this
So
is interesting. Taking Matilda and Angela is very interesting.
Matilda, Rome, Angela mid.
Okay, so Angela for a boy. All right, what do we think about this?
I don't like putting a boy on Angela though, because the boys are like one of the carries. He's really good at like backing his team up.
I find it hard to say that, man. Now
Uranus, oh dude, the Uranus pick is so smart. I don't think you guys understand how smart the Uranus pick is, because Uranus' hardest counter is just CC. So since they picked Angela and Matilda, Uranus has like nothing to be scared of in terms of like being locked down. So unless whoever's the damage dealers on Geek Fam can snowball, Uranus will be unkillable.
But I think Geek will definitely
really smart pick to get the Uranus.
The last pick right here will really shape.
Thoughts on what Wolf said earlier? I didn't hear what Wolf said. I wasn't really watching.
It's going to be a strong gold laner. The Irithel is available, and many regard it as one of the best marksmen you can get in the current meta. Marky was using it, and he has, on average,
Irithel? Or are they going to get jungler? They might get jungler.
Every single game against Onyx. But it won't be picked up just yet. It's gonna be the Lancelot first.
A very solid pick, but it's against Onyx here, especially if they're red side. They tend to do this, right? They have this pattern where they.
The MPL page is boring.
That third pick, and it seems like it is
for sure. Yeah. MPL window is definitely more entertaining. That's just objectively true.
Again, with the punctures, we'll be able to find the backlines here.
MPL PH, like.
Valentina. But second
they're
a very good response, right?
What's the word?
Comes through.
Like the media?
Well, with the Valentina,
their stage crew?
Here, they can really like steal some of
even aside from
hard
gameplay,
guards,
it's
you
a
know,
lot
like
more
hiding
interesting.
ways
And now in
as well.
Indo,
I mean, the circling
a lot of the
eagle-
teams,
my bad.
a lot of teams especially this
But
season,
it seems like they're gonna
really,
be
we're actually pretty strong.
for something a bit more aggressive from
Except for, like,
Geek Fam, after
Evos.
gonna be banning away the
And
hero.
Aura.
It's a big
The Aura was
problem,
pretty normal.
but Bigatron are not targeting
But
the gold lane.
a lot of teams this season
Because
was
they really
winning.
secured
It
one
wasn't
point.
really that one-sided, except for Onyx.
That makes sense. We saw what the Hilda was
I
able
would
to
say
do
in terms of
against
like
the
standings,
best jungler in
Indo
the
is pretty
world.
similar
As
to
a lot of people
PH
mentioned
in
against
terms of like
Kyrie, that a lot of
there's
people said
only
that Kyrie
Echo is like the
cried
best
on
team in
stage
PH
because
and
of how
Onyx is the best team
aggressive
here, and then the rest of the teams are all pretty close together, and they're all like
So
continuously beating
Geek
each
have
other.
also done their homework in that sense, choosing the
Like
Lancelot they want,
PH,
a little
you
bit
can
more
say
freedom,
okay,
a little
Echo
bit
definitely is
more
gonna make it
fire,
10-5, but then you don't know about the next team because all the other teams are like pretty close with each other.
And you can just see
Hilda ban is
trying to
smart,
really
so they
highlight
don't get
Niall
cheese like
that
Onyx
jungle to be
did
able to create an
with the
impact
Hilda.
from that early game.
Take it away from
Now, the
Key.
question is, does Bigatron want to
Like high
go
ban?
for the same route, go
Yeah,
for another
that's
golden
fine too.
ban here? What's a good option against the Cloud?
Now BTR might just go an assassin.
It depends, right? Cloud is always a bit of a
Almost
skill
all the
matchup,
tank
but
junglers
does
are gone.
come to
Literally,
mind,
you
bit
got
more aggressive here.
Fredrin, Lance, Basha,
Could be
Akai,
exactly what Geek Fam are looking
all
for.
gone.
If it's not the Brody,
So
I mean,
there,
something
I
a bit
like have a
more
sneaking suspicion
hyper-carry-oriented would make sense.
that BTR might
Maybe
just
the
go
Kyrie
Ling.
even. It's a good
Like,
matchup against the Uranus. And with so much protection, there's so much more space to be made.
Like Kyrie
and there
did.
you go, Bigatron Alpha. They recognize that danger.
I think there's a
and they get
chance
away.
that he just busts out the Ling here.
A very good response as well. You're right. I mean, considering that they have the carry here, signifies as well.
I think
they
Brody
will pick
or
up a
Bruno
hero
works
that
too.
is tanky for that jungler, right? And the Bruno pick comes through. Also very.
Echo just lost to Bren?
feasible
Really?
That, yeah, they
Interesting.
want to go front to back.
I hope
here.
Bren makes it.
Considering that the composition isn't really
Echo and
tanky,
Bren would be
they
interesting.
really have to go and give damage here in their composition to the front lines. They need to make sure that they have enough resource for that. Bigatron Alpha here,
Artist.
good
Oh, I forgot
response,
about
right?
Mars.
Watch
I
this.
can't believe I forgot about
That
Mars.
tanky build is doable, but also can deal damage.
And it's also a really good way to level up that early game farm and utility control.
Will Geek Fam wins?
over the
I
neutral
agree, bro.
objectives against the Lancelot.
They win.
But what would you pair with the Martis here? What would you use in that roam?
I think they need something to catch
It
down.
is
or
so
go for a
hot.
big team
I don't
fight.
know why it's so hot.
It's gonna be a Grok though. Bit of
Grok.
bold worlds. Actually,
Okay. Grok for
bit more of a
CC.
counter for pickoffs themselves.
Fire.
But it seems like a bit of a setup for a big split push
Now,
apple play.
okay,
With the Khalid
Geek Fam,
here. It's gonna
they
be
win the
very
early
difficult
game,
for
they
the
snowball, they
EXP
win.
to stay relevant, especially with the
BTR
help
just have to
coming in
get
from
through the
all
early game
these high
if they don't win it
potential heroes
and get to
that
late
Geek Fam
game,
has secured.
and they will outscale.
Very aggressive from Geek Fam. With the Khalid as well, there's so much killing pressure.
So, but if
There's
Geek
so
Fam
much early game
snowball, the
control
Geek Fam has to
based
snowball,
on mobility.
and BTR has
Matilda, the
to
Lancelot,
be even
Bruno scales quite
and
quickly
scale
as well in the early
if
stage
they
of the
can't win
game,
early.
especially when paired with a good support. I would recommend maybe perhaps the Angela or even the Matilda to help him out in that lane to win it against Claude, especially before.
We're drop BTR? What do you mean BTR? I
was
think
about to say,
Geek Fam is a
right,
weird
very
draft. I'm
honest
surprised they
draft
didn't go
from
for like
Geek Fam.
Kaja
Mobility is
instead
what
of
they're looking for.
Grok. Maybe it's like
Mobility
Key's
is what
comfort.
they draft, right?
I think
Khalid,
Kaja might have done better versus Angela.
Lancelot, very
Or Franco.
high mobility heroes here,
Like the
but
stream, guys. Like the stream.
this begs the question,
Like the
can
stream.
they handle the late game?
How many teams do we know?
We'll have to
M5?
see.
Yeah, 2
I
teams.
think it can go either way right here. The execution from
Peak
Geek
game.
Fam though needs
Yes,
to be
peak game.
very, very on point. Because otherwise, they are two
5 seconds
saviors
till the enemy
for the
reaches
Bruno.
the
If they
battlefield.
overlap, it
Smash
could be
them.
disastrous in the middle of a big team fight where every single bit of healing, every single bit of shielding will count.
And with that, ladies
Hello,
and
Chicken.
gentlemen,
Hi, Rex.
Geek Fam with the
Mobile
aggressive
Legends.
composition, a Bigatron with a more
Oh.
team fight oriented.
Luke getting some big damage, bro.
Already
Cameraman,
so
go
much
back.
aggression because the stakes
Cameraman, go back,
are
bro.
ever so
Did you not see
high.
how low they were?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Bro, what the hell?
to the lower bracket
Luke and a boy
finals
were
between
fucking
the
up.
Red Terminators
Dorizo
and
and,
the Geeks as we
Moreno.
walk into game number 1.
Good invade from Beloy.
Turns out Beloyski will be the one on that Mathilda, and a boy is
Luke and a
on
boy will
the
have
Angela.
rotation
So it will not
prio.
be Angeloy,
They might go for the
but I
small
think it's
camp. They can definitely
equally
get it.
dangerous to have Beloyski in
They're
his
really, really
element.
strong with Khalid.
Looking at the emblems by Dunia
Khalid's
Games,
one of the best early
agilities,
games.
and the Wilderness Blessings for the Grok and the Valentina.
Oh my.
They're all trying to rotate
Moreno,
fast.
quite low here. A boy though, let's flicker out.
With the flicker here, a
He's
boy,
dead.
very low, great skill, but it seems like
Moreno,
Rizzo
Luke.
will unlock the first kill here
Ooh.
in the
Moreno's
first
not gonna risk
minute
that.
of the game.
Who got
People
that?
wonder
Niall did,
secured
that's good.
By the side of Geek Fam, though.
Beloyski.
It's usually a Beloyski move,
Relax,
but not
bro.
he himself. He might be in trouble here. Super Key looking for a chance. get one more, but it will not be allowed.
Has to reset.
Saying,
Key might be in a bad spot here. Now is going in.
Up to 15 minutes
I think he might have to flicker.
Full on
No,
in the early
he's not
game.
gonna do
Wow,
that.
aggression from both of these teams, no? Look at Nile and the way that he's just propping against Bigatron Alpha in that mid lane, but going back to the...
Honestly, that one kill doesn't
Gambler
matter
choices,
too much. It
super
went on
key.
Uranus.
That's a very
It would have been bad if it was on
choice,
Valentina.
is it not?
But Uranus is like
For
not
the
as big of a deal.
It's a brave
But Luke's
smart
gonna have a hard
or
time
that
laning versus
fraud,
Uranus.
but bit was
Boyski,
availability,
he gotta chillax.
Especially because he is serving as
Whoa,
the main
Boyski's
frontline
might be dead. He
is
has flicker.
they are planning
That was really dumb of
on
him to go back in
using
without
that
his second
blue
skill.
as a split push tool. But right now you can see that the pressure is very much
Arky's
on
already out of
Bigatron.
mana.
They have all the saves, all the shielding, but the damage and the danger all comes from Bigatron. Already spending 2 battle spells defensively right here. We'll see if they want to contest it sort of early or wait for the second, because losing in a fight, especially against a Martis, that is a dangerous preposition with the resets coming in from the Decimate.
Oh, Zurizo quite low. Boyski going in. Really aggressive here. And poke him quite a bit. Now, Geek Fam have the advantage with Angela and Matilda, you know, shields and healing. So Geek Fam could play the fights really slowly and whittle them down to win.
As Geek Fam looking for an opening
Now going in. Flicker on from Luke. He's dead. Coin flips though. Who's gonna get it? And somehow Beloyski gets it. Now trying to get out here. Ult's out. Seems to be live. Misses his dash though. Goes to Matilda thing. What the fuck? He needs help. Zurizo's on him.
Wow, Geek winning it out.
Zurizo
on
might be
all
dead, though.
costs, but it's not over yet.
Oh my god, Zurizo dies.
Even securing the kill onto Super
But it's so good for
Chorizo.
Geek Fam.
An
That's so good for
unfortunate
Geek Fam.
conclusion for Bigatron Alpha. Going in individually, kind of spread apart, and the fact that Super Key was unable to land the wild charge onto anyone right there. Oh!
Bro.
As I say, the caster curse
Now you're
strikes
greedy.
again.
What a pick from Super Key. Both of these teams, they're going
That's not like
at it. Just a
horrible
happening.
pick.
You'd expect the same aggression between Bigatron Alpha and Alter.
It's a
Ego,
pick, but it doesn't really
Geek
mean that
Fam
much.
is really coming out on top
Unless
as
Mars
well.
invades.
Taking a look
Then it's
at
gonna mean
the
something.
predictions, though, it looks like it's a one versus everybody situation here. Owl finds beauty. In the
Geek's
still in a really strong spot right now.
For once, Papulong not the only one out. But Bigatron again, trying to exert the pressure, but with that setback early on, going to be a tad bit more difficult. And you can see the difference.
He's doing well here to try and invade.
Between Super
Hurt a
Key
bit.
and Beloyski on that Matilda.
I thought he missed
will
that
be able
dash.
to slide away from this danger though, but Beloyski can't say the same.
Beloyski needs to get out here. Can red trade him. I feel like it was a bad decision because he could have went for the blue buff because they know not red trade.
Again, I mentioned that the mid lane
Marky.
potential
Okay,
wide because Angela needs
Marky's
more
smart.
items
He almost made a
wide
really bad
defending
decision.
If you compare it to Matilda.
Depends on how you want to play it out.
He almost made a
Ronnie,
really,
but
really
that
bad
is
decision.
generally the
It's
case.
actually
That's also
insane
with
how
the
close that
weak
was.
that Angela provides, it's a much better option
He almost
compared
killed
to the
himself.
Matilda. I do feel like in this match though, the time bomb is in the gold lane. Once
Oh,
Marky gets a power
Beloyski.
spike,
Okay, he's fine.
and a boy and Beloyski are ready.
Man, it's so annoying that you can just do that on Matilda.
What he needs. It's gonna blow up right in the faces of Bigatron. And I think they recognize that, but they have been unable to bring all the fights towards the gold
Beloyski
lane.
has to run.
Yeah,
He's
you're
quite low.
right.
You are
I
support
was
Beloyski.
expecting
Chill,
that as well,
relax,
right?
calm
Push
down.
into the gold lane, but for the most part, because of
Beloyski
how
kinda needs to
active
reset.
everyone
Him
else
staying is
is
like really bad.
in the mid and
He's literally 1
towards
HP.
the neutral objectives. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh!
Raging stance on Super Kid now.
Wait, Beloyski went in on that.
It seems like, oh,
And it's a bad ult
damage
from
will
a
come
boy.
through towards
Flicker from
Beloyski
Moreno
here.
onto Luke.
Another
It's a
member,
misplay.
Luke falls as
And
Zurizo
Zurizo
finds another.
kills
It's 3
Nile.
members taken out. Plus
Bro,
the
that-
turtle.
That
On the
literally went the
instant
worst way
of all the
possible.
shifts towards the threat terminators here, as Super
Boy does
Kid
have flicker, no
very
minions.
aggressively
Good defense
still
from a
in the
boy.
mid-side, and a boy can't do much for the moment. Look at Moreno.
Oh, terrified. The damage comes through.
That's a
Flickers
weird flicker
out
from a
of
boy.
the vicinity. Bigatron now holding on. They have the lead. It
Arky has
seems
to
like
go
the
back.
structures here will be taken up firstly in that bottom lane.
With how scrappy everything is, right? Who does it favor? Does it favor Bigatron Alpha's composition or Geek Fam as they go in once again?
Blazing duet circling
Whoa,
Eagle.
Beloyski, chill. You don't do all that
No
damage.
commitments here. Very
Zurizo
good,
quite low
but
from
in
Luke
the
here.
bottom side of the map, you can see
Oh,
Super
misses the first kill,
Zurizo
though.
quite chunked.
Not gonna be enough.
Once again, he is Uranus.
Ooh, well, I think it's quite even in the late game.
So it was just a really
Bigatron
bad
Alpha,
decision for
they
them
have
to
the macro
focus on
playmaker
Super
to
Ken
rely on,
when
but
he's
for
a
Geek Fam,
tank
it's all
Mars. Like,
about
they're
those
not gonna
team
one-shot
fights.
him, especially with
When it
having
comes to
mage.
damage output, the Bruno and the Claude are a bit
Their
similar
only real
in
hope
output,
right
but
now
I think the
is
Claude
that
is a lot
BTR
more
throws.
shreddier if that's even a real word.
Because Geek Fam does not really have too much playmaking potential. Ro is doing quite a bit of damage though.
Crits already dealing a big problem. But against the front line, maybe it's going to be a bit more manageable. So it comes down to, again, how the fight begins and how...
Yeah, Beloy agreed really bad not resetting. He should have reset. He kind of sold that for his team. And then a boy even more trying to ult him to save him. Sive, bro, everyone pronounces his name differently. I swear. I used to say I said Jive at first, then I heard Jive. Now it turned to saying Sive. I don't even know what the correct pronunciation is.
It favors which side a little bit more in these team fights.
Well, Sive went for a bit more of a defensive option. He went for the steel leg plates and also the armor edition boots to ensure that he can actually stay alive in these big fights.
Yeah, I mean, BTR only have super key for hard CC, so they have the luxury to go armor boots, and armor boots is really strong right now.
The big problem though, I think, is
likewise on BTR actually, because Geek Fam have even less CC. It's really just the Khalid ult, and then like snare from a boy.
Geek Fam, they are undeterred, going in against Bigatron.
Let's see Venom execution as in about
Oh, Zerizo quite low.
Very low.
Boyski with the ults. Boyski goes back in. Oh, ult from Zerizo. Or ult from Loop onto Zerizo. Zerizo's dead. Look at the second skill. Can he get out though? Flicker's out. Nice flicker. Niall's here. Moreno with the Angel. Not doing too much though. Kill for a turtle, yeah.
Finally, the flash of the Oasis completed for the Matilda, but
Beloyski? He's dead.
Gets decimated.
Oh, and mid tower might be gone too. And they're committing onto him. Now missed the dash. Not looking good for Geek Fam.
They find it. They find the early game. I expected the mobility controlled by Geek Fam, but no.
Arky and Jeep are both 0-0-0. Luke might be in a bad spot here. He does not have ult. He with the ults, and he's dead.
Coordination from the red robots.
What is going on with Bigatron Alpha? How are this coordinated?
Yeah, BDR setting this up really nice.
His initiation has been so on point.
This game does look kind of over already. I don't know how Geek Fam's gonna come back late game, unless Marky somehow makes God plays. Surprised Marky didn't come down to that, but I guess because he just wants the tower.
Something big's gonna happen here. Are they gonna go for yet another pick onto this bottom side?
Nah, there's no tower for them to walk back to, so they're not gonna take the risk.
Turns out it won't be the case just yet. But for Geek Fam, this is the problem. You have two supports, that's good for you, but how are you supposed to begin
early
fights?
Halberd.
Beloyski using the circling egos again and again.
First Uranus.
Isn't really finding any value targets, and now...
The thing about Matilda is that if you go behind, Matilda's very snowball. Going behind the early is very bad. Beloyski getting wall charged on quite low. Avoid healing and keeping him alive. 1 HP gets out. Moreno with the ult. Moreno! Misclick the ult! Oh, what a misplay from Moreno. He does not have ult, they know that. They're trying to be aggressive here. Zerizo getting quite low. Geek Fam might just try and get this mid tower here.
1,800 gold lead now for the red robots for Bigatron Alpha, and it's counting. And I completely agree with the opinion that Gani mentioned earlier on.
They might try to rush the Lord.
Bigatron Alpha that's been able to control most of how things
Wait, they're really trying to rush this. Wow.
In the early game, despite
Paul's not here.
high mobility and high rotation.
They can't face check this either. Marky, he just dashed. He's alone. Purifies. Needs his help. Royal with the support. Jive quite low. Luke with the flicker ult. Onto Jive. Wait, what a bait from Geek Fam. Zerizo quite low. He's gonna heal back though. Geek Fam gonna play for this mid tower.
Finally, you see the value of this double roam pick. No engage, but look at how confidently Marky can just walk up and deal that damage, especially with the item power spikes. I believe he only has 2 items, the Has Claws and the Berserker's Fury. And now he went for the mana boots as well. He needs the mana to stay in the
Geek Fam.
With the life
Put up a fight still.
Stay on the Land of Dawn indefinitely.
Just like Rosario Q. Even when they're 2k behind, they still aren't afraid to fight.
Needs to find a way to deal with this.
To match that aggression.
Healing, crowd control him down. Whatever it is, they gotta do it fast before Geek Fam fall into that tempo.
And it's starting to look like they are here, Arashi. Gani as well. 10 minutes in, this means that the Lord has already spawned into the Land of Dawn. For both of these junglers, they're both at level 12. Actually, SuperKen just got level 13, so he's a level ahead. It's going to favor him in this engage. And it's interesting. Will Niall be able to take this Lord?
We've seen him pull off the Miracle Steals before. It's still possible. But with Super Zerizo on the other side of the map, Seems like a boy gonna be tasked on clearing that wave.
Lord Dance. FwydChickn getting vision here. Ult for vision as well.
Circling Eagle super early. That's a big win for Bigatron Alpha.
Good dodge.
Yeah, it seems like here both teams.
It's a boy and Zarizo just smacking the shit out of each other top lane.
With the members of Bigatron, but it seems like
Niall getting quite lit here, but FwydChickn with a little bit of heal with the favor.
Holding on both, though. Top lane heavily favors the side of Bigatron.
FwydChickn poked out by Jeev. Luke with a bit of poke. Big chunk on the Jeev, bro. FwydChickn is already so low.
Very low. Bigatron Alpha now controlling.
Whoa, now with the early ults.
Of course, Phantom Execution uses.
Phantom Execution being used. And SuperKen gets it. FwydChickn's really low. SuperKen with the ults. The Super Key is dead. Marky with the cleanup. Marky with a boy. Luke getting ulted. He's dead. Jive is pushing. They're gonna lose the tower mid. Wait, no, Jive is not gonna go for it. Wait, Jive? Go for the mid tower. The hell? Okay, he is.
Geek Fam. The more kills they get, especially in the hands of Marky, look at that! The Uranus getting chunked down big time, but Sive is able to find additional value unless
if Marky can somehow 1v9, that's the only way they win.
Good spot there,
with the boy Angela.
To escape with the BMI, and again, this is the first Lord. So Geek Fam will definitely be able to defend this, right? Hopefully with 3 base turrets standing.
Well, if Bigatron wants to really take control of the game and assert their dominance, they have to go for cleaner plays. They can't trade 1 for 1, 2 for 2, or even 3 for 2 like they just did over there.
FwydChickn, interesting circling Eagle. He's gonna back off.
Scale even more and still get
the thing is, like, I don't.
That's
man.
good with Marky scaling ever so closely to level
15. It's not like it's completely over if it gets to late game. I do think BTR is the better late game comp, but Geek Fam can out sustain BTR. Because they have basically double healer with until the second skill favor, support item, and a boy Angela. So unless BTR can pick off one of the healers or Luke on Geek Fam, because there's no way Marky's gonna put himself in the position. Actually, he might, to where he'll die. So unless BTR can get a pick, 5v5, Geek Fam will just stall it out and they'll win. Because Mars falls off really hard.
They struggle to find a good team fight. Crowd control.
Like I said, 2 roamers, that's great. Who's supposed to engage the fights? And who do you even target? Super Key is immune to the bulk of crowd control. Super Sorizo is too tanky. Sive is mobile. And Super Moreno is, I think, the prime target. But he never really steps up. And when he does, you can see that Geek Fam have been waiting for that opportunity. With that already happening once, there's no way Bigatron Alpha will give them an easy engage yet again.
So how do they do it? How do they look? Would they go for picks instead? Force picks instead of team fights against Bigatron Alpha?
And they're going to try and use, I think the only thing they can use are the neutral objectives. If the Lord is in the picture, then whether you like it or not, you have to commit.
Pressure goes off now. A little bit aggression here. Certainly Eagle goes off on Jeev. And dash out though.
Imagine if it is a Lord that has a chance for, it has a chance to
very
be
passive gameplay.
For
BTR knows they can't make a mistake on an engage because Geek Fam will turn around very easily. So Geek Fam is just trying to poke him continuously with below his circling Eagle.
They need to be very careful and, like I said, control the game and mitigate the risks.
Alright.
Macro game for BTR? How can you play a macro though versus Ed? I mean, unless like a die by Angela. Whoa, Marky quite deep here. Key with the ult. Marky with the instant purify. Luke with the ult on the Jeev. Jeev 1 HP.
Can he do it? Placing the
Jeev 1 HP.
As Luke will not find the
He's one. He still dies, so he falls. Zarizo's dead as well. He's quite low. He's dead.
Niall,
flicker from a boy!
Super Moreno
doesn't have flicker either. Moreno's dead.
Mobilized everything as Niall finds
holy shit.
We were asking how exactly are Geek Fam supposed to win these team fights, and that's
they win because BTR, like I said, BTR, the only way they lose is if they get bad engages, and there's a bad engage.
Get Shive down and take him out eventually, and this is a 4-man knockout by Geek Fam.
To be fair, I think they kind of got caught. They're gonna go for the end? No, I think now is just gonna solo the Lord, and if they end, they end. But they're gonna focus the base first. Now they'll probably solo focus the Lord, and they'll probably go back and get it right now. The thing is, they're not gonna melt it, so now it's gonna come.
The Lord has been initiated.
It might have been a wrong. They might still get it. They might still get it. Yeah, they'll burst it. They'll burst it before Now can get there.
That's gonna be the Lord, like we said.
That's the play.
Worst case scenario for Bigatron. So they're trying to go for a fight.
Damn, look at BTR's gonna lose this.
But they overcommit, and Sive getting caught out so early right there means that they lack that damage for the prolonged team fight.
Marky big balls. He has no reason to be afraid. There's only one CC that his purifies for, it's Grockle. So after Grockle, Marky doesn't be scared at all. Well, Claude goes in, Wind of Nature. Moreno is gonna get, like, he's not gonna burst through the Angela's shield. Zorizo doesn't have CC. He just stands in their face. So Geek Fam rely on Marky, and Marky pulling off is like how they're winning this. Why did they give Angela Matilda? Well, they tried copying the strategy that Onic used yesterday, and Geek Fam countered by just taking both. Because Onic would try the first few games. Oh my, Jive getting picked off, bro. He exploded, GG. It's GG. I don't think they can defend this. Flicker on a Reno. Circling Eagle was out. GG. GG. Wait, nah, yeah, it's GG. GG. 1-0. Geek Fam. Geek Fam. Nice. Really well played by Geek.
This best of 5 series with a 1-0. But we'd like to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, again, in this best of 5, it is no longer
a best of 5
sprint.
series.
It is a marathon. We've seen miracles happen. We've
Geek
seen the unexpected, unthinkable, the
one wrong fight took it all. Yep.
To occur.
Like I said, BTR, their comp, it's only keys engage.
They came online.
One bad engage, Geek Fam with double healer, can easily turn it around. Now, BTR, even though it's a 1-0, BTR is in shambles right now because they thought they could copy Onyx draft and win, and Geek Fam just thought, no, you guys aren't good enough compared to Onyx. You may not. Also, they don't have Kyrie, you know? Damage Assassin. By opening everything and going a damage assassin that scales, you can out-damage the healers. But since they just went tank jungle, you just go back in circles and you realize why they banned why at first you needed to ban all the healers from Geek Fam. It's because first tank jungle, it will out-sustain. The only way I think to make that strategy work is to have a fuckload of damage that can out-damage the healers.
That's a good topic of argument, of discussion, because some people feel otherwise. Some people feel like because it's a signature for Moreno as well, that it's a power pick, it's a comfort pick that usually Bigatron Alpha are able to utilize. And to be fair, the Valentina pick, there's value in it. You can take the Heart Guard, you can take the Circling Eagle.
Sure is loud.
There's a lot of, you can even take the Raging Sandstorm, honestly, arguably, depending on the situation. There's a lot of value in the Valentina pick. But you're right.
No, this is right.
Was it a worth it trade in comparison to 2 supports that are signature of Geek Fams?
I don't know, man. I really don't think so. I thought that this is the pattern with the drafts these days, right? You pick the Mathilda, it's always traded by an Angela. You know how back then it's always a Yi Farsa?
Yeah.
The same idea, right? Angela or Mathilda or none.
Valentina, fair.
Yeah, or none.
Creation camp. What's fun in creation camp?
But now Bigatron let it go, and I guess they thought that they have enough power in the early game, enough.
I don't even know how to go into creation camp.
Macro maneuvers, high-paced plays to actually.
How do you go to creation camp?
But they are unable to do so.
Arcade,
right?
The
game by the Samsung Galaxy S23 Series 5G. It's gonna be your boy Luke with a 59% kill participation. But in this game, he was one of the most volatile factors in the team fights. We talked about who is going to engage. Yeah. Well, turns out it's the Raging Sandstorm.
They didn't have to rely on too much tools.
Luke did really well in the lead. He kind of one-shot Jive like twice in 2 big crucial moments.
To eventually win these team fights, and my God, that was a spectacular show of
3 Filipino in M5 if he can win this, no, actually 4 including coach.
I think for a moment,
oh yeah, you got Marky, Kyrie,
felt that he was going for
and
AoE. But instead, he flickered in the
Marky regular season, Marky playoffs.
And was able to take
it's like an AE last season.
And he was forced on that WON.
Right. Yeah, AE. They almost made the playoffs. Somehow, he boasted, beat them. I think they got reverse sweep.
They won on all fronts. That was an amazing display of skill from Luke.
And again, right, which brings the topic, targeting is a very important key on why Geek Fam won this game. They managed to find the BMIs of Shiva and just punished him for it, right? And again, the Raging Sandstorms in this game was impressive, I feel like.
always on point, onto the right members.
Gus
In
is
the early
fun.
game, he really
I
wasn't
played it
doing as
earlier
well in the
yesterday.
lane.
I had no
By all
audio.
means, he wasn't snowballing against the Uranus. But in these team fights, he was just looking fine. Some really value start controls here. Even shutting up Chorizo, probably catching him off guard. And the healing that he can have in a kit, right, is so deceptive. You think it's over, but no, he just heals up. And when you're committed to try taking him out, that's when the rest of Geek Fam comes in and deals that damage back. It's a bit of a multi-layered strategy right here. And of course, like I said, you cannot count Marky out.
Violet seems so OP in
Damage output is
tourneys
insane.
because
There
what
was
she
pressure
offers,
all
her
across the map,
ult,
but
she
was
can
still
basically
able
always be
to
aggressive
get
and
the
always
power
get out no
strikes.
matter what.
And with in accordance to the game plan, he was able to turn it back around.
First skill, early game poke.
Wow.
Second skill can pull out teammates, and they buffed her. What really buffed her though is like the new item, the flask,
That was a valiant
because
effort
your
from
second
Key,
skill
and he
can
was
proc
actually
healing.
able to kind of
And with favor, that's really
deny
OP.
that kill pressure from Luke, but Niall
Oh,
was already
Mirko's in the
there,
crowd
already
watching.
had his target locked, and that synergy between Niall
I think
and Luke
Geek
in
is
this
winning, man.
game
I don't
was
think
something to
BTR is
behold.
winning.
It's Niall going in after Luke, being that secondary threat. Of course,
All
being
right,
an
start
alpha
up
with a
full
very
game
mobile and
2.
macro-heavy composition here, they themselves have a very limited amount of crowd control. How are you supposed to stop Niall once everything is going down, right? Once you use the wild charge to engage, is the Uranus supposed to somehow stop the high mobility Lancelot? There was no real solution, and I think Sive just caught off guard
I
there,
swear they
and that was
pronounce
the
it different
beginning
every
of the
time.
end.
Different.
Beginning of the comeback for Geek Fam.
Yeah,
So take a look at
Claude,
some of the
kind of a
items
shitter
right
pick.
here.
I guess they tried to pick it at counter. I mean, who's he gonna counter though?
Because
I feel like picking Claude into Angela is like the worst thing you could do. Maybe they tried taking it away. That might be what they did. They did it once, BTR, or they went with Geek to have Claude Angela combo, so they took Claude to take it away. And then Claude really just couldn't do anything versus their combo.
Marky isn't even having boots. He knows that the guiding win is available, and even if he's jumped on, all he has to do is stand his ground and use his shielding, the lifesteal,
Taking too much
to
damage.
just stay in the fight and just turn the damage around. He did not die once. How are you supposed to die? There's so much shielding, so much lifesteal.
Cover.
Cover, you have as well as well.
I know, it's just it's all
I
about it.
bet you wasn't even
Give me a little 4.
controls most of that early game.
What I really was curious about was in the early days, I mentioned Uranus had the rock using Brave Smite, right? But what I didn't really see was
Why is this 50 unless it's brawl? Look as well.
what do you think about this kid?
He's gonna go aggressive, which Luke definitely is. Looking at his items here, the Rupture as well as the Assassin Emblem. It's a lot of penetration, and with the kit of Khalid, where you can proc skills multiple times, it's more than realistic to actually expect to be able to do 3 big chunks of damage and proc that lethal ignition.
I'm dead.
I would dare say even to help them secure some of the kills against Moreno.
Why is the
and
biggest
Sive.
beater? PH
So
players
definitely
suck.
the way to go.
Jeez.
And of course, 1v1
They just won then. Cut them some slack.
You only give them a lot of value there. But afterwards, all
Interesting
according to
opinion.
plan. And the hook and the carry, it's still gonna be Marky, man. This key to success for Geek Fam. It's almost like he's the chosen one.
Solution.
Solution.
Alright, next game.
And it's super cool because the entirety of that game, we didn't see him killer just following up on
Oh,
everyone
Kai?
else's engage. And that's why maybe
Jeez.
it was Luke that was able to get that.
What is going on,
player
bro?
But in the grand scheme of things, Marky remained consistent, reliable in that gold lane, and at the end of the day,
I wonder if you can,
he
like,
was able to
nah,
do
probably not, bro.
exactly what he was meant to do. Deal the damage untouched.
Okay. Everyone revitalized like wasn't nerfed in Brawl, so the strategy was just to run like 5 of them.
Kills damage, find the right position in store, and most of the part, most of the time it was covered by the rest of the team.
Petri for the kill, why not?
Again, 111,000 damage dumps in the 17th.
Well, it did kind of feed though here in the game.
That's a
I will say.
huge.
Like, I mean, he's always like overly
And
aggressive.
looking at the kill participation, man, the race gains a high 50%.
This team's already.
Matilda.
Oh, I'm dead.
But even if you do random things in the game, you're gonna help out some way, some form, right? With the mobility, with the shielding. I think the hidden buff here as well.
Mirko is casting the grand finals, I presume.
Only ever.
Not the Luke's bracket finals.
I believe he was running the Purify. Is it the Purify again? Well, he was.
I couldn't see.
Thanks for
it.
sub.
No,
Voices.
I don't think I
Or
couldn't
closer.
see it. Sorry.
Alright, so my point was,
It's like my screen's too small.
it's too small.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Kyrie gonna get capped by mid player 1. That's a funny name. Mid player 1.
Check out that Samsung Galaxy S23.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Mid player 1. I like that. Damn.
I mean, it's just so good. And the specifications. We're talking about the display, but everything else, the processor. It's a 4nm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. It's the Galaxy. It's a 12 GB RAM and a 5
No.
connectivity.
Let me take me away.
It guarantees a
I made a mistake.
experience. And with that
Still at all.
display, you're not gonna miss a single thing in the land of dawn. It's impossible. It's a wide display with a 120 Hz refresh rate, 120, and a large.
Dude, do you have magic resist? Of course he has radiant. Like, I'm tickled him.
Worrying about your charge going down. 5,000 mAh.
Wow.
Broadcast area of the series? Yeah. I think he's like the highest in the man over there. Actually, I think Eterna is more popular than Mirko.
This is the future.
All right.
Please.
But I think Mirko is like
I'm missing out. I'm missing
the
out.
most,
So
like-
what do I do?
I have no
if
idea.
I want to get this spectacular, pristine phone.
I think Eterna is more popular in Indonesia, but like globally, it's probably Mirko.
Right.
All right.
I think that's like
the site
how it is, no?
samsung.com/ID. Then you check the details, and when you check out the website, there's also another device. Or, well,
Is it this thing right here?
Wait,
Is it this thing?
behind you, Rashi.
Which
Exactly.
one?
This.
That
that?
one.
Yes.
Cameraman, show the TV, all right? The TV, 98-inch. That's the one.
Massive.
That's a massive, massive TV, cameraman, right? Neo QLED, 98-inch. That's
There.
a good.
It's
that's
almost bigger than Moreno.
I think it is.
That's how big the screen is.
There you go.
I
So
would
That's what-
never
that's what she said.
try and flicker ever again. With that,
that's easy
bigger
change.
screens. There you go, man. That's the biggest in the business.
98-inch. Oh, there you go.
Thank you, cameraman.
Intercasters are all good, way better than
So
PH.
beautiful.
Massive.
98.
Honestly, I don't
Man,
know any of the casters. I just like Mirko because he's cool. Maybe hang out with him.
Size matters.
Size matters, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
it.
And you know what else matters?
What?
The choice of shampoo. What are you guys doing?
How big size matters?
2023. Get
That's
your
what- yeah,
hands
damn.
on this wonderful shampoo as soon as possible. I'm not going to use wonderful. I'm going to use effective, right? Because if you have issues with dry skin, dry scalp,
Size matters. You guys hear that?
done. Dandruff, done. See? He knows what's up.
Whoa.
Wait, they don't have this tower still.
Kind of feisty with it.
You gotta be feisty. Because you know
What's
why
her
she's
name,
feisty?
Ronnie? I think the confidence comes from the head and shoulders, 100%.
Oh, really?
What's her
Okay.
name, Ronnie?
No.
You gotta ask CITB.
Gotta ask CITB. So yeah,
Chevron in the building.
using Head and Shoulders, it gives you 100% confidence.
Good way to do
It
that.
makes you feisty.
It makes you feisty.
Well, especially if you're outside,
Wow.
outdoors, participating in our fun events,
Yeah.
you want that mint sensation to stay cool, man. Jakarta is reaching record temperatures in the past week.
It's hot.
You do not want to be out there without some head and shoulders action.
You were there earlier
Yeah,
on,
I'm
right?
thinking about how hot it is in my house right now. It probably
It's
a
even
good time.
it's probably
Oh my
blazing
God,
over there.
guys.
Indonesia is
Girls are
extremely
Eagle
hot.
fans. The Alter Champs.
I was looking
Respect.
for an alter ego booth earlier, but I couldn't find it.
Oh,
That's a
Remember
local.
this dagger of pain.
That's
This
a
is
local.
what you
guys.
it's kind of messed up, Gonnie, but
I want
yes,
good tot shampoo
it's
for my
great to see the
birthday.
support from the other teams in the MPL.
I need to take
But
real
in the
hair.
end, we're all on the same team, guys. Of course, there's rivalry, but we're on the same side. Kevin once again gets stun locked by the cameraman.
I'm glad that he's not casting today.
Yeah,
Because if he was, I don't know what
Oh.
he'd be doing in the seat.
having a seizure.
Maybe.
Just stun locked completely. Whoa, head and shoulders.
Bro, I need penetration.
There it is,
Look at those
ladies
guys'
and
items.
gentlemen.
We have
We love
five.
Kevin.
Of course, we have 5 magic.
Come over to the
This guy's
venue.
Athena
You
Shield
guys
Radiant.
are free.
No wonder this guy won't die.
Cancel it. Come to the venue. Because the atmosphere
Athena Shield Radiant. No one's gonna
so
kill
much
him.
different.
Now he's getting Guardian helmet. This guy has the most sweaty Akai build. Sweaty tank build ever. Bro.
Right, the vibe, the fans, the casters, players,
Cameraman, back to work it seems.
Rocky, Kuro, mind you. You have multiple Rocky back in the back room as well.
My clones.
Damn, she's cute.
Oh, Geek Fam.
The universe is big enough for more.
Did
than
you
one
expect this,
race.
Mr. Analyst?
Well, my prediction was Geek Fam, and I think it's just way too costly. And Tina is well known for playing the women's sport. Hey, why not give them 2? But I mean, but to be fair,
I
I
missed
know
the
Aldo
first
is the
one.
architect.
Oh, we're in
Did you
draft.
really expect both the Angela and the Mathilda.
Nope.
That was a bit of a curveball right there.
Okay, now
I think
BTR
Aldo
are just
will
going
definitely
to
learn
what
from it.
yesterday's
On
draft,
cue
or
right
the
here,
draft
double
used to be,
That's
but
it.
they're also
This
adding
is the change that we're gonna
the,
see from game number 1.
a
Geek
boys
and
draft, or
Megatron
not draft,
opted to
fairness,
swap
which is
sides
understandable.
here.
I think
Megatron
fairness,
was second pick, and
boys fairness
finally,
is really, really
both
good.
of those heroes
Oh.
get banned out, in addition to a respect ban.
So
to
those
boys
are
and boys,
some good
fairness
respect
as
bans.
well.
But,
Meanwhile, from the side of
wow,
Geek, we do
they're
see
giving the Bosch a
both
ref.
a Fanny and
I'm
Boyd.
not sure about that
Still
one.
respect, still the
They're giving
same
the
from
Bosch a
side of
ref.
Geek, but these picks are
The
coming
Bosch
through
a
because
ref.
of these choices. Valentina, first pick by Geek. Bigatron respond with a Rafaela and a Boxia. Do you
Bosch a
remember when this
ref,
was
bro?
meta? Boxia and Rafaela?
A while ago, but even more
Ooh,
recently,
they're giving
it's
Geek
still
Fam
coming
their
back
comfort
into the
picks
meta.
now. Let's
One of the
see.
best synergies here,
You can give
Boxia
Geek
and
Fam their
Rafaela
comfort picks if
zooming
you can
around
play
the map,
better,
and
you
Eterna,
know.
You might not have heard,
But man,
but
those are some
Steven-
strong
Steven,
picks.
sorry. My man, Super Ken mentioned at one point, I think 2 days ago, in an interview, that if they get this Boxia, it's a done deal. Of course, after he said that, they lost 1 game on it. But afterwards, it's been accurate. So it's accurate -1.
I mean, practically it's a 99%.
I'm still playing this brawl
win rate,
match.
right,
I don't know why it's going so late.
Here, with Super Ken in the pilot, but it seems like now with Boxia and Rafaela in their comp, they're looking for a mobility game, a mobility composition, right? Yeah, but with the Shoal Unity, sure, the export here brings stability as well here in this composition. Why? Why stability? The slows and the Ice Queen
Ooh. Oh wait, what am I saying?
And the slow against your
It's
comp
BTR with
composition.
Geek's picks. I'm so
But
stupid.
the export,
I literally
they
thought it was Geek.
have more oomph with that Ice Queen 1.
I agree, and arguably.
I literally
two are
thought it was
tied.
Geek. I'm actually
From the side
mental.
of Bigatron, right? Rafaela, Boxia, you have the Exborg as well. Just
I thought it was
charging
Geek,
at you, and
but
so
it's literally
the
it's just BTR taking
automatic
Geek's
response
picks.
would be disengage. Disengage would definitely be one of their weaknesses right now. And so with the Ruby being taken off the board, it completely makes sense. Signature hero for Beloyski
Wide brain.
can also go for disengage. I'm thinking maybe Minotaur as well as an
If you
option
can't
to
if you
stand
can't
out.
beat it, join it.
It's possible, especially.
That's what they're saying right
I
now.
think it's a great ban for both teams technically. Geek Fam seems to have more of an emphasis on that actual traditional team fight where all the AoEs and quad controls are available. For Bigatron, I think it's more of the early game strat that we've seen again and again. They want to be all around the map. They want to speed up their own members and slow down their opposition so that they can very reliably catch up and punish them again and again. It's a great formation, but with the Akai in the picture. now, I
They're
think it's
forcing the
gonna be a big
Beloy
difference
Grok.
for
Oh
Bigatron
no, it's over.
unless they
Not the
get more
Beloyski
damage
Grok.
so
We
they
all
can
know how
back
that
up
how
and
that how
then
that
secure the
goes.
kills fast enough before
Not the
heavy
Beloy
spin
Grok.
and the penalty zones. All these ultimates become a big problem for them to deal with.
Damage or anti-CC. But what I mean is, Diggy, does this Rafa Diggy composition mid lane roam will work?
The Beloy, not the
In
Beloy
this
Grok, not the
composition,
Grok
going
Loy,
against
Grokaloy.
a Terizla, a
Grokski.
Kai. Does Diggy in Bigatron's composition work, you think?
I think it has great value. Of course, we have to see how Geek Fam wants to run out the composition first, but I think it's a great.
You know, they banned
it's a good
Beloyski's Ruby
solution, right?
and they
It
banned
also works
Kaja.
with their strategy right
Interesting.
now. If they want to move fast,
Quad
Rafaela
ban.
plus a time journey, that is a speedy full team rush.
Wait, I have a question. This is a Kai jungle, right? There's
Oh.
no way this is a flex pick.
It was flexed in one
Oh,
of the games,
Geek
by
Fam.
the way.
Against
I mean, not
Onyx,
Geek Fam,
with
cameraman.
Onyx, though.
Onyx put it on key
Doing his
boy.
job.
It did not really work out that well though. So
Okay.
most likely, I think it is going still in the jungle.
95% yes, jungler Kai.
Because I don't want to go through this draft.
What does
And
Beloy
suddenly
play? I hope he
Flashblade
doesn't go
gets
Grok.
expected All right.
That's all I can say.
That's Airpump.
Minnow might be good.
True.
Well, let's see, man.
Just
Two
no
more
Groks
picks.
these.
I think if they want to surprise Geek Fam with the Diggy,
That
pick
is
a
4
gold
bans for
winner here.
Beloy, by the way.
Something with a
4
lot of
bans for
damage,
Beloy.
Enough to burn through
Hi.
a Charizla and an Akai. It's gonna be a Lilia
Ooh.
instead. Hang on. Don't
Yeah.
know.
Lilia.
It makes sense, right? They're
Alright.
going for the early, like you mentioned earlier on, Gani. And
They're
so
taking
what do you
Lilia
think of
even
the early
though,
game? Fast
yeah.
clear.
I guess because
Fast
it's,
clear comes
wow,
fast
I don't know why it's
rotations,
taking the
and a
Lilia.
little bit more say on those side lanes. And the one thing
I
that
guess it's
really was
'cause
wondering, why is Irithel still
Charizla and
left open?
Akai
Really,
can't really
no
go on a
one has
Lilia.
touched the Irithel
He'll just
yet.
purify or
It's
just
like
ult right
the-
away.
It's like the
Now, they are giving
it's like a poison
Moreno,
here
Valentina,
for
a
this game,
Lilia ult,
but
which is
another
really, really
hero
strong.
That will
But-
Ice Queen wand.
if
So, there you go.
BTR snowballs with their comp, it's not gonna matter because he won't be able to do enough damage. Or the as in Lilia.
Let's take a look at the fun fact here. Frontline guard.
Hi.
6,299,718 is the total damage taken by Luke throughout MPL Season 12. Still ongoing, and makes Luke the number
So
one
Luke's
total
taking the most damage. Not even a tank player, an EXP player is taking the most damage. What do you want,
There you
kitty?
go. A lot of fun
So
facts here from Geek Fam.
How come you never
Here it
like
is,
this when I'm
finally,
going
the
to
Iridos
bed?
shows up in
You just don't lay
addition
that down
to
with me.
Joe.
Chow?
I believe so. I don't see
Beloyski
any other way around it.
Chow?
Gonna be Cho Beloy.
I think Chow is fucking awful here too.
Crowd control and potentially pick off as well.
What?
The real concern though is the lack of damage to really secure someone who was already pinned down with a heavy spin.
Beloyski
The way of the dragon. With Bigotron picking up the Bruno, I think that's a great lane to have as well.
The
Bruno
Bachoy.
Rafaela is going to be so oppressive to deal with in the gold lane.
That's the thing, right? Because you would automatically think gold lane
Okay,
would win
let's
it out
see.
here, though.
Beloy Chow.
But that's not keeping into consideration of the supports. Cho and Rafaela, Goni, you're a roamer yourself.
Yep.
What do you think about that matchup?
I gotta be honest, if I'm on a crowd control hero or crowd control tank, going up against a support or a healer type, I don't feel the advantage.
You lost, GG.
I feel like at the disadvantage of the side here.
Alright,
I
Cam,
think it
you're
really
right.
depends on, again, always the execution.
Yeah.
The early game, though, is going to be so difficult, so brutal for Geek Fam to deal with. But if they're able to withstand it, a bit like the previous game, they can get to their items.
Okay,
and
I like
outspike.
BTR's
They
draft a
don't have the
lot
same
more
kind
than
of
Geek
tools
Fam's.
to
Well, let's see
kite
what
back,
happens.
though.
It's
That's
bull
a little
over.
bit more difficult, but I think with the
bull
heavy
over.
spin, if they use it
It's bull
efficiently
over.
in the right moments, it could be a problem, and it's gonna stop the engages from Bigotron.
No, I don't want you coming up here,
Again,
Ken.
with the
I'll pet you,
composition
but you
that they
can't come
have
up here.
set, expect a lot of purifies, especially from side of Bigotron, right? Lilia can rock the purify, Bruno can rock the purify as well.
Oh,
With the amount of crowd controls, but oh my god!
It's the twins!
It's the twins!
It's Matt and Max!
it's Mirko as well in the back. What the heck?
Where?
Who are these people?
Hey,
Where's me? Oh, it's the triplets!
The triplets.
the triplets.
I don't know who
Oh
these people
man,
are.
they made it all the way here to MPLID to watch their ex-team, man. There you go. Who's that? Oh god.
The number one bias caster,
Number one bias caster.
especially on the English desk. It's your boy Mirko, and hey, bit of Mox.
Yeah. Oh man, everyone is coming over to show their support here at the arena. I was surprised to see the twins. We haven't seen them for so long.
Oh, now they show the goods.
Definitely a nostalgic sight to see the twins back. Fortunately, not in the land of Dawn for now, but
Those look like
we'll
someone's
see
parents.
how
Probably
they
someone's
react
family.
after, especially during
Siblings
the
and
game.
parents and
There's gonna be a
whatnot.
lot of crazy moments right
Hey.
here, looking at the compositions.
It's the Geek Girls.
The
in the
Geek
building as
Girls.
well. And let's see here. Game 2. What will both of the teams here bring
That man
to
is just
the table,
there
right?
with his hands in his lap as they're
I
showcasing the
am
girls.
leaning
He's just
towards
there. He's like, yeah, I'm here.
Bigotron.
All right, explain.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Again, with their control, with their
Too much
composition here,
E-girl.
Bruno,
So there's obviously a
Lilia,
technical problem
solo
going on right now.
backliner.
Very much
Lilia
so.
will play aggressively
Klaus,
alongside
come here.
the 4 members.
All you come up here. Klaus,
Baksha,
Come here.
X-Board.
come here.
I
Now
feel
all
like
you come.
They will have more than enough peel.
Oh, my balls, please,
So
Klaus.
again, give space towards
Ah.
Martin and just, well, not Martin, this
Kitty.
is Chive with the
Ah.
honor Bruno to just deal damage.
Redraft.
I think if you're talking about just directly favor, right, just purely on the drafts, I would favor Bigotron as well. They have good crowd control.
Yeah.
They have good wave clear. And the movement that they have,
Yeah.
they have the Kaja for the pickoff potential, and they also have damage to really to actually seal the deal with the pickoff.
Kitty,
But the thing
halftime
is,
show.
Geek Fam, they were just up against Onyx. And in the final
Ah.
game of yesterday's match, Geek Fam
Ah,
were
Kitty.
essentially destroyed by
The biggest of
mobility.
Kitty.
And that was a very painful lesson, denying the possibility of
Klaus
them making
content.
it as the first representative.
Dude, he's just
for
getting
M5.
comfortable in my
I
lap.
think they must have definitely learned their lesson and made improvements. And against Bigotron, this is the worst case scenario.
Fan yours India. Hello,
I think that
Arjun.
makes sense. I actually have the same opinion as you guys, but I'll play the other
Devil's
card. I'll play the devil's advocate, right? Sure, Bigotron, they have a very strong composition, like you mentioned, with mobility and so on and so forth. But what happens when this gets dragged into the late game?
Shit.
What
Hold on.
happens when Irithel starts to come online and Geek Fam naturally have more tools
Big
to work
cat.
with around neutral objectives as
Hello.
compared to Bigatron, who, in my opinion, are relying
Big
on
romp.
Snowball.
Exactly,
Fat
that's
kitty.
the whole idea. If Geek can withstand the pressure, and more importantly, not just withstand the pressure, because they did that against Onyx, withstand the pressure and still ensure
And we're in
that their
game.
players
Nice.
have healthy amounts of farm. They can scale properly without being intervened.
This is
Then that
Klaus.
late
My
game,
cat
it's
is named
almost a sure
Klaus.
deal with the amount of crowd control
We're in the game
and
now.
all the tools they have
Boloisky on
in
the
the
chow.
lone contest, which is so common these days.
So with that, ladies
Looking
and
to be
gentlemen,
aggressive here with the invade.
Bigatron and the early game composition
Now,
looking for a
Raph can kind
snowball
of do damage to a
and
chow
Keith
over
with more
time
power
here.
in the late game.
Ken
Let's
does have the
welcome you
retry.
to the Land of Dawn for game number
Retry's
2.
it.
But
Boloisky.
look at this, Boloisky already
wait.
getting caught super low.
Okay.
Will he get taken down
But
here?
Boloisky's clean
Super
with
Ken,
it.
Super key.
Wait,
opening
Boloisky's
up
clean
the
with
map,
it.
opening up vision,
He
and trying to
dashed
turn
into
him
Super Ken to
from
cancel
his
his jump.
really aggressive play
Because
style.
if he tried to
He was
dash
able to
away,
get away.
Super Ken would have
Now, this
stunned
early
him.
game, first
And he would have
minutes,
died. Or
let's
forced
see what
flicker.
emblem
So he
is
dashed
going to
into
stand
him.
out.
So he cancels the
Those
roll.
agilities
Then first skill
usually
double
are
out.
does this as
Gets the
well,
reset.
but Bigatron and Geek Fam, especially on the core members, they need that.
That was pretty
speed.
clean. I'll give
Speed
Boloisky
is
credit. That was
here.
pretty clean.
It's almost like a
That was
race.
actually really
And
clean.
Geek Fam now
Whoa,
actively
now level 4 here.
aggressing onto
Gonna
Bigatron
go
with
for
level
the
advantage.
jump. Why is Arizo? Interesting.
It
Now,
will be Bigatron Alpha managing
that is
to
smart
retreat.
from Geek to not
That's
even
dangerous,
waste.
man.
They
Level
could have
4
killed Super Ken like
high.
100%.
Could've really pinned someone
But
down, and no one
then they're
has
wasting
opened
heavy
to
spin, and
deal
they
with
can't
it.
rush Turtle.
And with Bigatron
So there's no
falling
point in
back,
doing that.
under
Now what Niall is
Boloisky,
doing right now is
Geek
really
Fam
smart.
with the
He's gonna
control
try
right
and do damage to
in
Export,
jungle
get
with
rid of
the
his
vision and
armor,
the lane management.
so that he doesn't have that for Turtle
I
Fight.
like how you were talking
Export will
about
take
running,
forever to get
and
his
they
armor
were
back,
barely running
thus
away
already
from
giving
one
the
another.
Turtle Fight for Geek a big
Like
lead.
earlier on in that little skirmish, no one was taken down just yet, but now we can expect a
Boloisky,
little bit more.
flicker off of
whoa!
Luke on the
Flicker
Super Ken here.
penalty zone now.
He's gonna ult out right away. Boloisky though being a little bit too aggressive.
Now very low. Now
Cerezo's here. Boloisky's a flicker out.
Cerezo
Cerezo 5 fingers his flicker!
Did not find the hit.
Luke
quite
doesn't
low.
have
Will be
ult
taking
now.
that First blood will fall to the hands
He's gonna
of Bigatron
fall.
Alpha.
A boy here.
Cerezo taking the
Why
kills.
is Boloisky
He's been
still
bumped
there?
and the
Boloisky,
neutral
get out.
will
Just
fall to the
reset,
hands of the
man.
Geek Fam, but Bigatron, they want more.
Niall had to
Super
ult. He's gonna die for that turtle.
Insanity will find Niall in the process.
And so that's going to be a trade. 2 kills for the price of the turtle.
Now,
In that particular scenario,
I feel
who
like
do you think that favors?
Luke went
Taking
in
the weight here
way
with
too
Bigatron
early.
Alpha,
Way
it's a bit
too
of an
early.
even trade-ish, but when you're the team that needs
Because
snowball,
Turtle was like not
especially
even
in the
that
early
low.
game here, getting a
If
few kills
Turtle was
in
lower
exchange
when
for
Luke went
a bit
in
of an
and they got the
easy
Turtle,
boost for
they
your
would have had a
opponents,
lot more
I
time to
think it's
get
still
out.
a value
But since
pick,
he went so
a
early,
value
Luke is forced
situation.
to be aggressive
Afterwards,
still
though,
with
once they
Boloisky
get the ball
to help
rolling,
zone from the
once they
turtle.
have, let's say, a
So
2K goal
I think it was
advantage,
really
they
really
need to
early.
stop making these
It
trades.
is like,
That everything
and
they
that
get
was in
is
BTR's
clean
favor for
and
sure.
uncontested.
2 kills,
Because you
I
would
think early
expect
game
that
is
in
more
this
beneficial than a
scenario,
turtle
Bigatron
buff.
Alpha would have a little bit more to say, but yet Niall was
Man,
still
Klaus, you
able
are
to
so
get that
fat.
retribution to still get that turtle.
You are
And
so
I don't
fat.
think
You know
that's
what,
kind
Cat?
of in favor for Bigatron Alpha at this point, right?
That's the
Whoa.
effect of the Akai, man. You're just
Boloisky, not in a good spot here. He doesn't have
and
flicker.
with Bigatron, we're focusing on trying to get the kills first, and this distracting playstyle from
He
Boloisky and the
will
rest
probably get
could
out.
be exactly
Oh,
what
he
they
won't
need,
get out,
and now
actually.
he is taken so
Super
low,
Key's
but
gonna
he's
kill him.
alive.
1
One
HP.
more hit.
Nope,
Oh.
he's
One
dead.
more hit, man.
But Bali, a lot of aggression going on here. Niall with a really early ult.
Super Ken now.
Gonna choose not to try and pull him out, just gonna save himself.
Is able to escape from that one, but Talent's prediction. by
Boloisky Chow,
Samsung
no
Galaxy.
Chow skin.
Again now. Oh, there's a switch side by myself.
There's a turncoat.
I was swapping.
I think late game is in BTR's favor.
Yeah, I
their
think I
comp.
was as well. It's so close.
was
By a
Bigatron,
good margin.
actually.
But we'll see.
Oh.
Prediction.
All
Lilia
right,
has
well,
flicker and
don't
not
get down, ladies and
purify.
gentlemen. Only one
Which I
Geek
think
fan vote
is a
on English
mistake.
guest, but Boloisky.
Yeah, good Kundo. Good
Oh.
practice to disengage now. Taking advantage of Boloisky is receiving. Not enough to take
The
him down.
Boloisky
though.
Chow.
So no casualty just yet here as Bigatron Alpha is still up 3-0 kill-wise. Now let's see the second neutral objective. Who will take it? It seems like it will be a 5v5 though.
The glaring difference for me is Niall is already level 7. So this is exactly not what we expected in this early game. That should give them a little bit of an edge, an advantage here.
Oh, Retro goes off now, gets it for free. Boloisky with the kick on the Super
Fighting
Ken.
Super Ken.
There's not really enough damage though now with the early ults.
Just yet.
This is
As
not looking
decided
good for
to keep
BTR
space, and
or
with
for
the
Geek Fam.
flicker, it will
Cerezo
find
flickers in.
Boloisky. Penalties
Oh, penalty zone goes
as
off.
well,
From Luke,
as it
flicker
will
ults.
find a member,
Jive being forced to
Rizzo
flicker out.
for the
I think he's dead
trade.
anyway, though.
Now, Jive.
Dash isn't gonna save him there.
Take a look at this. Luke with the kill. Jive
Wow.
has no slide
Really well
skill.
played from Geek Fam.
There you go. That's a
The
monster.
thing is, even though BTR has a lead there,
Geek Fam.
with a Raph, you have to scale. Your early game contestation is gonna be really rough. So I don't think BTR is really used to playing with Raph and understanding that they are not going to win the team fights right now.
That was close.
Unless it gets extremely drawn out.
Close to comfort.
In a drawn out team fight like the first turtle, BTR can win with Raph. Raph, you always want to stall things out. But if BTR, like Zurizo did right there, over aggress, try to get kills, he's baiting his own team and putting themselves in a bad spot. He either needs to convey his team to let him die for it, or his team needs to not help him. Beloyski here doing Beloyski things.
Okay, fine, they got Beloyski, but
Okay.
what is being done
Who needs?
everywhere else?
Who needs?
Everyone's pushing.
Yeah, I know BTR doesn't
Rizzo
have Vin,
was
but I
part
think
of
he's on the enemy
engagement,
team
and
because
Luke is
controlling
playing on
Beloyski
top,
right now.
pushing as well.
Dude, like,
They're
what is my
using a lot
cat
of time
doing?
Chasing roam kills when if they use that time to farm,
A little bit
they
of a-
maybe could be doing better.
Now they want this now.
Okay,
They
my cat
will
ran. Nice.
rotate 4 members. Heavy's been popped.
He's been
Here to give
really
space
early.
to
Not gonna have a
Bulldog.
turtle now.
If he's not careful, he will be committed. Now space top side. And
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. The structure falls.
As Arashi mentioned, right? Geek Fam, they're playing the map
Alright,
really,
top
really
tower.
well. They're distracting Bigatron Alpha with several minor details because of how much distraction that Beloyski has been able to put onto the map. This is the oppressive force, the Beloyski effect that we usually see and other teams actually succumb to. So now 2,000 gold lead, so many structures in their hands right now. Nile level 10 ahead of Superken. Superken 1 level below. This is uncharacteristic of Bigatron Alpha.
Oh, Beloyski.
Oh, Beloyski with the nice actual kick on the key. Moreno being forced to flicker 1 HP. Flicker all goes off from Luke though. Super Cat pinned it. Okay, GG. 2-0. 3-0. 3-0. Geek Fam BTR.
3 members.
Oh, flicker into Ken's face. Oh my, nah, with the DOS.
3-0 trade.
They corral right there, right into the penalty zone, right
Wow.
into the heavy spin. You just
Geek
cannot
Fam are
do that,
feeling
man.
it right now,
It seems
man.
like Bigatron Alpha, they have the right
Nothing is
idea,
stopping them.
the
They're on a
right
roll.
intentions.
They're feeling
It's
it.
never made during the right time.
Dude,
Coming
I
late,
hope they win this
time
MPO.
coming
Wow.
one step
At first I was
behind,
hoping they just go to
and that
M5.
is costly,
But now it's almost
because that's the
guaranteed.
superior setup.
But winning
While
MPO would be
behind,
insane
they have
for
to
them.
Try and find a way to make use of their mobility. That is their main advantage. They have to use it, right? Roam around the map during this time where there's no objective that everyone needs to corral together for.
Did Nile steal Superken's buff earlier on?
Beloyski with a little bit of aggression here. Okay, Beloyski doing Beloyski things, man.
4 members is on this guy, and the damage will come through. He will be.
How does he do it? How does he do it?
Compensations
How does
whatsoever
Beloyski make
for
the most
Geek Fam
marvelous
for
and
now, but
awful
it
down
seems
bad
like
plays
was a
ever?
mistake there by Belong.
Bro wants that. Bro wants some Rafaela
A
cheeks.
mistake, but at the same time,
He really
a
wants
lot
some
of
Rafaela
time has been
cheeks.
bought, a lot of skills have
Can't
been
blame him.
expanded. I still think with the timing though, that may be a mistake, but it's signature Beloyski style. It's only 4 deaths right now. Usually we expect 7.
The 7.
True.
Number 7.
It's not a Beloyski game without more than 2 kills.
This is why he's the
or
GOAT.
deaths on his part. So he is the distracting force that is buying Geek Fam a lot of time here. But the one person that I really
new
want to
version of
highlight is
Diggy
Niall.
Feed.
He has been
Maybe.
a force to be reckoned with. People have said that Superken is the number 2 jungler.
Oh,
in
Ken
this
getting jumped on
league,
here.
but
Beloy
look
with the
at this.
kick on a Ken. He pulled back quite a bit here. Not enough damage though to kill him off. Niall with the ult on the Moreno. It's not going to matter though. Moreno trying to escape. He's going to fall. Dude, I don't understand Lilia with Flicker and not Purify. And Ken's still dead. Dude, they are rolling them right now.
Will be Shive claiming that structure
They are
as
rolling
the
them.
trade.
Is Niall not the monster? What has he been on lately, man? The things that he's able to achieve, the impact that he's made in this game, the confidence that seeps over onto him, even against a game, even against a matchup against Onyx
BTR
like
in
we saw
shambles.
yesterday. That's what you need. And he's a newcomer. He's a rookie.
The rookie that made the biggest drastic change for the Geek Fam. My
Yeah, Niall's a
apologies.
rookie. Yeah.
He just was able to make sure that the jungle is just so much more consistent. And wow, Geek Fam is using it so efficiently right here.
The
They're
Marquis
breaking
sub
the
changed
rules because
history.
They know it so well. They're not supposed to be winning in rotations, but with Beloyski wasting time earlier, Goni, and with Geek Fam setting up the waves, they went for that play when Pikachu Alpha was busy.
I'm going to white powder.
Side of the map.
Oh, take a look at this opening now. Supercan looking for an opening in the backside, but take a look at the Wave Dragon. It will Lockmont member down, last insanity pop, and Niall in the backside will bring the team back. One member taken out, key for Luke. Now the damage will come through. Jet Kundo was huge, but he will
it's all good for Geek Fam. Brown's going crazy.
Was caught in that process as well now, so
oh, but Marky with the cleanup, he's back. Oh my, the flicker is not gonna matter.
The super sub,
wow, wait, that was actually looking good for BTR, and that changed so fast.
Marky
and a boy with the cleanup.
This entire time. This is a 2-4-4 trade in favor of Geek Fam as they regain control in the 11th minute of the game, taking everything back from themselves, denying Bigatron Alpha of every single opportunity.
What a cleanup from Marky.
Weapon. The final solution for Geek Fam. They're just playing it absolutely amazing right now, being relatively untouched in all of these fights.
3-0?
And that's due to his skill, but also due to the planning of Geek Fam, exhausting the majority of the spells from Pikachu Alpha.
Marky compensating for yesterday's matches. A little bit of a goofy goober Marky was yesterday.
Untouched, and Pikachu Alpha, they're stuck right now. Geek Fam, if they're able to just out macro Pikachu Alpha earlier, now with the Lord, it's gonna be even worse than before.
We talked about this, right? We talked about the winning conditions of both of these teams. Bigatron Alpha required snowballing. They needed to gain control of that early to mid-game and eventually end it early. With Geek Fam at 7K now, and they're the ones controlling the tempo, the map, and everything else. This is exactly not what Bigatron Alpha needed at this point. So
Zeal goes off on the bot side tower. No high grounds yet.
They're knocking on the base.
Supercan pokes. Baser should be
bot tower should be gone. Yep. Thank you for super chat there, appreciate it. Space created? I don't understand. Oh, from Bullet. Yeah, Bullet feeding. Okay, they only get one high ground, nothing more.
With the first Lord, they were able to find one base turret.
Geek is feeling it right now. Geek Fam, Geek Fam.
The only option they have is to just kite back, use the speed that they have, the holy healing from the Rafaela, and really outmaneuver Geek Fam. If they can try and initially escape from the penalty zone, kite away from it, heal back, and then come back and use their spells proactively to try and zone Marky away. I think that's the only way this really plays out in favor of Bigatron. Geek Fam, though, have so many ways to ensure that that will not happen.
Weird.
They can go and start to engage first. They can buy some time with Beloyski yet again. Or they can just rely on Marky to just start juking around. Because if you look at the spells from Bigatron Alpha, there's not a lot of real threat. They can really
8K gold lead for Geek, 13 minutes in. Absolutely huge.
In the middle of a big team fight.
056 on Beloyski. That's his KDA right now. 056 and no problem whatsoever. Because if we're looking at the kill count, the kill board, sure, Bigatron Alpha has been able to get 8 kills, but look at who it's been on. Luke twice, Beloyski 5, Niall once. So the two core members, the two core damage dealers of Geek Fam, for the most part, have remained completely untouched. A boy 504, Marky 306.
Why Luke recall? I have no
idea.
idea.
Look at the gold chart by UBS Gold. Geek Fam's members are all the way up there. And this is reminiscent of something that Professor KB and Mirko likes to mention. The ATM meta. Keep dying, let the opponents get some kind of bounty, and then collect. I'm not saying Geek Fam are doing it, but it's kind of playing a bit of a role right here. As look at Geek Fam now, setting up again for the Lord by waiting on the other side of the map first initially, and then later on running down full speed and taking the Lord, forcing Bigatron Alpha yet again into a very tough situation.
14 minutes in 8,000 gold lead here. It is very, very tough for Bigatron to turn this game around, but perhaps with this fight...
Boy, a bit deep here, that's ults. Not a good spot though, flickers over the wall. Really nice flicker. Luke with the 4-man ults. 4-man penalty zone. And then Marky going in with not giving a damn. All the damage dealers of BTR are dead. GG. GG 2-0. Easy M5, Geek Fam. GG 2-0. GG 3-0. GG 3-0.
And can they do it? Rizzo, no last insanity. The Raga armor though will
they actually might not be able to land. Let's see.
Will he
Ammo goes
rotate
off.
towards the
They're keeping outside the
mid-minions?
base. Now is another
Bottom
wave.
now, jumping in. Geek Fam have enough
Minions are
resources
under
to
the
end
tower.
game. Let's see it. Super Ken waiting. Key 5 seconds.
GG,
but
3-0,
seems
GG,
like
3-0,
time will
GG,
not be enough.
GG.
Geek Fam secures game 2.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to
Absolutely
match point
huge.
between Geek Fam and
Match
Bigatron
point.
Alpha. What a display once again by Geek Fam.
Bigatron Alpha thought that they were the intelligent ones. They are the ones with machine-like precision. But Geek Fam once again
BTR.
reminds them
Born to
that
get
the
rolled.
rulers of the machines are the humans.
Damn, you could really say something else with that one. I'm not gonna
What
say it.
in the world is this match? For the most part, for what we've seen in the regular season, Geek.
I guess it's a common
and
theme for Geek
Bigatron.
Fam to be chunky.
I thought this would be a closer game.
3-0.
The closer
I knew
match.
Geek would win, bro.
But Geek
I
Fam,
knew.
even
Going off of yesterday, people who thought
destroying
BTR were
the
gonna
red
win,
robots,
like
destroying the
after
Terminator.
Geek's performance yesterday,
This is a
there's no
Bigatron
way.
that was once given the title PH Slayer.
The fact that they took Onyx to a
And
game
this is
5,
what we're seeing. This is the competitive level
Like,
from Geek Fam that we're seeing. The
no
improvement
team
from
has
Geek Fam
taken
that
Onyx
we're
to
seeing.
game
What
5.
this proves that Beloyski is now officially an Indonesian.
In the entirety of
PH Slayers
MPL
are
since
powerless
MSC.
right here.
No
It's
team had he'd even taken them to a game 5.
Technically, but yes,
Even getting that close, 2
Bigatron,
games off.
completely powerless.
So
and
seeing that, BTR, you're right. Okay, BTR did, but it was like a fluke. It was a fluke. You guys are gonna say BTR, but it was a fluke, like a real game 5. Because I'm gonna say it's a fluke because when BTR did, it was more Onyx trolling than actually like than them taking to a game 5.
But then again, 3 members taking now meaning the damage dealers. The wave
My man
dealers.
forgot. I forgot because of how bad it
Not even a
was.
small opening, a big opening to end.
Kyrie
now
went Fanny, but like assassins just aren't too great right now. Well, not even that.
right?
Their comp was just bad.
Cleared mid. They
It was a fluke.
also-
I don't
the
consider
wave
that a real
lane
game
is
5.
actually favoring their side. So at one moment it was a 2-way
BTR's win
push
versus Onyx weren't. BTR's game 5 versus Onyx was not like convincing.
There you
GG.
go, GG.
But
GG
watching
for our boy
Geek
as
game
well.
5
It's a
versus
beautiful
Onyx
game, but
was
in
like,
terms of
wow,
the
Geek is doing some
S23
insane shit.
series of 5,
But
it's
Onyx
really
was literally like trolling.
not a single
when they
life
played
given that day.
that.
605 KDA.
Snapdragon, I don't really
73%
think, I
KD.
don't watch tournaments outside of
just
like the
don't
moons ones
understand
hosted by
a boy.
LDB,
I just
Moonton.
don't understand.
You
I
don't
don't
So I don't
know
really care
how
about like Snapdragon,
a person can
or
improve
WCG,
this much.
all that stuff.
Whether
Doesn't really
he
matter.
be given the Faramis, whether he be given the Valentina, whether
Boy
he be
deserved
given
hitting
something
MVP? Honestly, I don't really
like
think a
Angela
boy
from
deserved it.
Lilia. This
Boy?
boy, this man,
A man.
I think Marky
this
did.
man, that Mirko
maybe
likes
deserved
to
it.
put it, has just, he's astounded me, man.
I think we initially saw his arrival in MPLI, if I'm not mistaken.
Guys, I'm not saying
That's where
BTR
we see
sucks.
the huge
I'm just
spike
saying, if you
improvement
compare the
that
BTR game
boosted
5 to
Geek
Onyx
Fam
game, to the
straight
Geek
to
Fam
the
game
grand
5 with
finals
Onyx,
of MPLI last year.
it's
So,
like Geek Fam
I'm
demonstrated
thinking
much more
since
skill
his
and proficiency.
arrival, he's already been performing, but now even more so when his team
Where Geek Fam was actually outplaying Onyx. But when you watch BTR versus Onyx, it looked like Onyx was just doing a really bunch of stupid shit. And then BTR was still struggling.
One of the earlier fights, and with the level advantage, with the crowd control, with the Akai, Geek Fam were able to get control in the early game, traded for some kills, but that's about it.
Boy always get lane
And
charge
Beloyski,
for first
every
for
single time,
COD.
losing a lot
Does
of
he?
time,
Really?
And then
That is interesting.
because of that, in these fights, Geek Fam are always the ones in the right place at the right time, and Luke is always on point with.
Architecture
that
Geek
kind
was a
of
godsend for them.
result.
Yeah, bringing in Marky
I think
definitely
that last
helped.
bait from a boy
Marky comeback
was
season.
really just a nail in the coffin for Bigatron Alpha. I hope we get to see that whole replay again. This actually, a similar thing happens here, and this is what I'm trying to say. The chemistry that Geek Fam has been able to build this season has just been so insane. That instant follow-up with a heavy spin coming in from Nile, as well as a penalty zone from Luke. What coordination is that? How are they the same person at this point?
It's a completely different situation, man. I don't think you can really count them as the same. You have to really take a look at the improvements and how much different and what you need to adjust. And with Geek Fam, it's always about the positioning and how they move in a fight. That seems to be their main weapon all the way since last season. And even here, you can see that when they know that there's a front to back that Bigatron Alpha wants to maintain, That's why they go for the flanks. They target Super Key, they target Sibe, and they're never given the same kind of freedom that Marky is able to have in the middle of these fights on the other side of the opposition.
Oh, my. Yeah, this was the massive opening there. He seized it. Do you think that that game could have gone either way in a sense where late game, actually Bigatron Alpha has a huge chance in winning the game, or even in the late game, you still favor the comp of Geek Fam?
I think there is a
It's
chance,
boil
but
over.
it's a lot
It's boil
smaller,
over.
in my opinion. Like we said, Geek Fam has so many more tools to work around with. Bigatron Alpha, the best they can do is rely on Geek Fam over chasing.
It's boil
That's
over.
where the Lilia becomes so much more dangerous. Hiding
I am kind of shit
behind
talking
the roofs.
Vin,
The
but like
Rottweiler can
I still think
provide
Vin is
speed.
good.
That's where
I'm not-
the continuous
that's more for a
damage
meme.
from the X-Borg and the Turtles Puissance from the box can really get value.
I think this meta
When
is
you
just
get
not
this
really favorable
locked into
for a lot
fight
of Rome
in one
players.
area, how can you
To be completely honest, chat, a lot of Rome players
the
kind of got
AoE
fucked.
splash from the
Not in the way that
crossbow,
like,
the heavy spin,
well, because the
and Valentina
meta
on the
shifted
Aboy.
so much before
Those items,
playoffs.
man, even the holy
PH
crystal, that's a
PH
lot of damage,
got lucky.
especially if you're in the back
The
line.
meta shifted so much right before MPL in those playoffs. Now PH playoffs is within a few weeks, but at least they have more time to adjust. A lot of roamers are put in positions where
for speed, for slows, but
they don't have a lot of
sacrifice
time to
the ground
adapt.
control, which actually Geek Fam they have exploited in their
Wachowski,
composition, you're right.
Belover.
Absolutely. Especially with the
Below
aerial
over.
on a sprint. Marky was just so confident here, not really feeling the threat. Look at the emblems. Usually you see some kind of
It's
tenacity,
below over.
some kind of utility or defensive emblem. He went for weapon mastery. He knows that it's all about scaling. He's gonna get those items.
It's below over.
Once he does, he is
It is
aggressively
below
just
over.
punishing Bigatron Alpha.
If Geeks wins, who do you think will take a trophy? I
I
think for Sonic, it will either go to a game 7 or Onyx will 4-0.
That on one hand, it means that they are proactive.
That's what will
great,
happen.
But it also means that without them, none of the kills were even
It will go to a
possible.
game 7 or Onyx will 4-0.
You're right, you're right. And again, Marky dealt the most damage in this game. First game, he was on the Bruno. This game, you know what? I'm feeling the Irithel. I like the Irithel. I will deliver with the Irithel. And there you go. 111,000 again? Wasn't it 111,000?
This year, M5 maximum new teams at Worlds, maybe one or two old
I
team.
think it kind of was somewhere around that area. But Marky on the Irithel, I think it's
I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, honestly. I mean, it's nice to see a lot of fresh new faces, but at the same time, playing in your country stage compared to world stage are two very, very different things.
Or just deal with it, 'cause, man,
So
it's
some
hard to kill,
people
it does so much
will
damage.
definitely crumble under the
What more do
pressure
you need from a gold laner?
and
It's
the
so
new
good.
environment. Onyx, for
Nothing.
example, in M4,
Nada.
they played
Nada.
so much worse
Nada.
on stage than they did in scrims.
When we
And
went
they
into
knew
this
that too.
match,
There was a lot of
the
interviews talking
casters
about
were like, what's the better
they
team?
played really, really bad on stage
Is
compared
it
to scrims.
T?
Onyx in scrims was so strong in M4,
As of
but it
yet,
was really kind of disappointing to see how they got
One
like third
has proven its worth.
or no, fourth.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually.
you know,
It is.
scores
The team-
speak for themselves.
The scores speak for themselves.
All right, Gani, being a bit cryptic, I like it. Showing some personality, some
It is
mystery.
not cryptic at all, but I love that. Thank you.
Okay. And before we get into the final game, okay, sorry, we're not allowed to say that.
Whoa.
We're not allowed to say that.
Match
I'm
point
sorry.
though.
Before we get into the match point, but we already have match point, so I can't say that.
Before what is
The
potentially...
possible.
Yes.
The potential last game of this best of 5 series, we are gonna head to a short break. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Stay there, stay tuned, because we'll be right back.
FLB.
No brawl? I'll do brawl. It's game 2, so now it's a bit of a break. I have to mute this because of that. Cool. Around to Mayhem? Is Mayhem even fun? Sure, why not?
Where does my
I got a racing helmet. I feel bad for Defender, bro. It's really a shame what happened with like the Ukrainian team. Really a shame. Genuinely. Unfortunate. Bro, what? When it's only available MPL, he'll probably be available for MPL PH Grand Finals, but not for Indo. Not for Indo. Bro, I'm not getting a Q in this. I am not waiting this long. If you guys haven't already, appreciate very much. Like the stream, subscribe as well, all that good stuff. Prediction for MPLPH besides Echo? Honestly, like, I don't know for the second team. I don't know. Like, I can tell after I watch the teams play. I can't say anything off the bat. Like, watching playoffs, watching Geek play first series, and watching BTR struggle versus Rebellion, I already knew Geek was going to get far. And I'm surprised BTR... Well, not really surprised. But I was not surprised at all that they're gonna stomp PTR. But I have to watch the team, you know. Top 1 goal overall for sure. Man, Lunox is so cheeky. Something else maybe. No, I'm just gonna go this. She's so broken though. We'll see. Oh, my eyes are in pain.
Blossoms from the withered Kikyo.
BTR stomped RQ? Okay. The same logic with the BTR Game 5 for Sonic, and then Geek Fam Game 5 for Sonic. If you're actually understanding the gameplay and watching it, you can tell when a team is playing good and when the other team is playing shit. There's a very big difference between one team heavily outplaying and the other team just playing really, really bad. BTR's both their series, the opposing team was just playing bad. Not saying BTR is bad, but I'm saying like, it's like how EVO's last season got second place and made it somehow to MSC, and they did just butt fucking awful in MSC. EVO's didn't like outplay the MPL teams they made up there. Every team just choked versus EVO's. And they got lucky. Well, not lucky per se, but they were still better than a bunch of teams, but a lot of teams, most of the competition just choked versus them. And BTR versus Sonic, the 2 games they lost, Sonic was playing just really, really shit. And then Geek Fam reverse sweeping BTR just made RRQ play like absolute dog water versus BTR. Or Geek Fam reverse sweeping RRQ made RRQ play like absolute dog water. I'm not really like, what's the way to put it? I know some people are gonna think like I'm being rude or I'm calling teams bad. I'm just saying it how it is in my own perspective. All the teams are good, obviously. It's pro players, the best in the competition. But there's still a difference between pro players, you know? Yeah. I don't have to. Well, I don't have to, but I'll just go anyway. Do you want us to kill the game? Yeah. The RRQ losing to Geek Fam affected their mentals so much, like an insane amount. Now that I think about it, didn't RRQ get reverse sweep by Evos and M1 too? Is that what the PTSD was? Was it PTSD? Is that what it was? They just got flashbacks? Why can't I move? Different player? I know. Different player, same fan base though. The thing with RRQ is that making a mistake that big, it's not just the mistake alone, but your entire fan base will shit on you for that mistake. Like Zane getting banned out all 3 heroes. Nobody's gonna shut up about him, his hero pool. That adds more to the pressure. Aside from just the thing happening itself. Arsene about to come out of retirement? I don't think he will. It is a very unwise decision for Arsene to come out of retirement right now. It is best to retire off a good note than end up like wrecked, where you think you're hot shit, you come back, and then you make a mockery of yourself. Now, it hasn't been too long since R7 retired, so he probably still could be really good, but I don't think RQ's in a good spot to where he would want to come back. He'd rather just keep the legacy he already has. R7 would probably still be like one of the best DXP names if he came back. It hasn't been that long, to the point where you can consider him washed. But it's different for R7. It's like actual health problems to why he had to retire. Maybe he'll come back, but he's doing fine as it is. He doesn't need to come back. The only reason I would see him coming back is if RQ is be like offering him a fat paycheck, like, yo, we need you back, brother. Please, we need you. I beg. That's like the only way I see him coming back. He's still contractually, he's still getting paid by RQ. He's still part of them, right? But just not as a pro content creator. They try to get a random player from MSC. Chat, did they not? Okay, Mirko said this before during MSC. RRQ did look for PH imports, but all the PH imports declined because they didn't want the pressure that RRQ fanbase has. Mirko said that in MSC. They did offer PH imports, but none of them accepted. Maybe the offers weren't good enough to justify, like to convince them all the way. Maybe that was the case, but who knows? I don't know the details. I know who was offered, and I actually cannot tell you at all whatsoever. But aside from that, I don't know like the details of the contract, how much they were paid and whatnot. Well, I only know one of them. There are multiple, but I only know one. So either, well, yeah. I mean, I can understand. Like, when PH players are already safe you know, in their team. You might think it's dumb for them to leave, right? But it is very risky for them to go to Indonesia, and if it doesn't work out, they're not guaranteed to be able to let back into PH, you know? Or like into a PH team. They might be replaced already by then. So unless the money incentive is really, really big, they're not gonna go that far. I might be dead. Probably dead. Oh, never mind, he's bad. Really, really bad.
Shine for the living. No evil will escape you.
Where is Lilia?
Glorious adventure.
That just didn't help at all. PSG and big ball risking to big players. Huh? You guess how much pro players pay? Is it worth it? If you live in Indonesia and PH, a pro player salary would be better than like your average job, but by no means crazy. If you live in a first world country, pro player salaries are shit compared to your currency. That is how it is. Yeah. Unless you are one of the top big pro players, but that's like, you know, a very small minority compared to the majority of pro players.
Reincarnated again. The house is no evil will well played. Behold the power of a god.
No, my savage.
I am mortal again.
The doggy is mentioned in supercars. Like I said, there's a minority of pros that make a lot of money, and that doesn't even apply to doggy because I'm talking about strictly a pro, not a content creator. If you want to make money as a pro, it's best to go into content creation while being a pro. That is the easiest, that is the smartest way to make money. Just being a pro, unless you are the best of the best, you will not make a crazy amount of money.
Again from side of Bigatron Alpha. A small change, Abaxia is
But doggy is literally like one of the top content creators in PH, so using him as an example to pro player salary is not really relevant.
Joy and Fanny.
Will they go and prioritize the Valentina again? But with the red side being Geek Fam, yeah, Angela now is open, right, Bigatron? They should deny that pick, but no, they will still.
First pick Valentina once more. They're gonna give the Angela, which is interesting. I think Irithel Angela is what they're gonna do. Actually,
if it ain't
broken,
yeah. Fix it. It's something we repeat.
They might just do the Irithel Angela again.
The English desk, and especially for Geek Fam, they dare to go up against Onyx with the same composition 5 times. If they have won with the Irithel, there's no reason at all to change that. And with the Angela still open, why not pick it up as well?
Irithel, Angela is what I expect, but now with the response here, huh? What should be the response of Bigatron after Charizla is a hero?
Guys,
that is still very, very reliable.
What are they? They're waiting really long here to get these picks.
We'll see.
Frederick.
So Irithel gonna be left open here. They go for Angela, but they go for
That's pretty smart though to get the Frederick. Well, they're kind of relying on market to be able to perform on other marksmen and not have to rely on the crutch for Angela. I mean, he has been performing on the other marksmen, to be fair.
3-2-9-6 is the total damage dealt by a boy throughout MPL Indonesia Season 12 and makes a boy the top 1 total damage dealt.
Seriously?
Wow.
As a mage? That's crazy.
Wait, this is including gold laners too?
I believe so.
As a mage doing the most damage? That is pretty nice. Your boy is pretty crazy.
As a mid lane.
Insane.
That's pretty crazy.
The Valentinas and Faramis's, man. He always
The boys
gets
are really
the
solid
highest damage
in
in
there,
game on those 2 heroes. And maybe that's why Bigatron keeps picking this Valentina. They do want to pick it for
To be fair though, the reason why Onyx is not up there
there
on those like stats is because Onyx stomp their games. They end fast. You could argue that Geek Fam go to late game with support comp more often, so that's why their stats are so high.
They want to secure a
He's just a boy.
Marky first before entering the second phase. Now, with this, they should limit K.
Sand rises when I give the word.
Mirko's sad. Well, understandably so.
Yeah,
His favorite team is getting railed. Or to get railed. BTR.
Working out so well for them was Luke. I do imagine that the Yuzong now ban away in case the Angela wants to be comboed together. But I think the Terizla will not make it out as well. Especially because I think Bigatron gets the first pick here. Hey, hang on, no. Geek Fam will get the first pick, so I think Terizla is in the minds of Bigatron. For Geek, I think Khalid was the only pesky hero.
I am the power of light and cards.
Turns out it's gonna be the Kaja denying the pickoffs from the side of Bigatron.
So does this mean they want to go for an X-board Terizla trade?
Uranus has. Oh my god.
I guess.
Would you go for Terizla or would you go for X-board?
With this comp,
Claude. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Claude Angela. Really nice. And they're getting rid of the...
Adds more layer to their composition. And I feel like
That's nice.
is somewhat more versatile to compare it to the other that is X-board.
Ban Yuzong so they can't combo Angela with Yuzong.
Both good utility. I think X-board
Same with the Uranus. Though I do think Uranus Angela is considerably weaker in comparison.
Style of Geek will be important. And the combo of a Fredrin and a Terizla, it's deadly, man. Either one can really engage surprisingly, but no. It's not a Terizla, it's gonna be the Edith. Geek Fam going for the long drawn out composition, having a lot more DPS on two members now.
And mind you, Eterna, Arashi, this Angela still can't be flexed.
Exactly,
right?
that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, mid lane Angela makes sense. Again, with the items, he is very well. She is an item-dependent hero, so mid lane still, they can't pull it off.
And that means that Edith is also a flex pick. EXP or Roam, is it going to be Beloyski using the Edith, or will it be Luke?
Well, for once, Bigatron Alpha are kind of stumped right here. This is the maneuver they usually pull off against their
Diggy.
Guess.
Diggy. Interesting.
Strong front line and getting for a Diggy though.
But like,
Geek Fam, they're
why?
Engage.
They want to have the Diggy to try and bully Marky's lane.
They can very easily go for
I don't know.
something a bit more macro heavy. Use the Angela. They can go for flanks as well. I don't think the Diggy is as value as you would think, unless the idea is to use the traps to deny Beloyski the surprise element.
That's what I was thinking too, right? Map visibility. That's what Diggy offers other than, of course, anti-CC. So that's something that they need to consider. And also, it will help Irithel in lane against the Claude. So how do Geek sum it up? Do they leave Edith for Roam? Oh, there you go. That's the direct answer. They go for the Lapu Lapu. They double down on CC. They double down on lockdown, completely ignoring the Diggy pickup.
No, yeah, they are trying to overwhelm the time journey, and according to the draft index here, wow, crowd control still in favor of Geek Fam.
It's definitely a lot of crowd control, a lot of combos. Technically, if they want to use things together.
Okay,
well.
let's see how this goes.
Lapu Lapu, though, it's not only about
I haven't played ML for 4 seasons. I got addicted to gacha games. I still enjoy watching esports.
One of the ways that Geek Fam were able to actually deny the backline, right? Using this Lapu Lapu on Luke, and with the right emblems, with more penetration.
Lapu
likes to remind us. This Lapu Lapu can definitely.
Can BTR reverse sweep? That is the question. Can BTR do what Geek Fam can do?
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, BTR.
It's do or die. We are moments away of entering
Geek Fam
the
almost
land of
reverse
dawn
sweep twice.
for potentially the last game if Geek Fam can get another point over the Red Robots. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of dawn for game number 3. The Geeks versus the Red Robots in what appears to be a high-staked match.
Prepare your brooms, because it might be a sweep. Bigatron
Yeah, that's a
Alpha.
good line. Prepare your brooms,
Geek
it might
Fam.
be a sweep.
Let's see.
An uncharacteristic situation right here. The machines is fighting for survival against the mere mortals. Geek Fam has made it happen before. Can they do, again, a dominant performance. But looking at the movements, you're below.
Boyski getting poked already. He's gonna go for a combo though. No, he's gonna not. Choose not to. It would be dumb. Don't go for it. Holy, that poke. Is Boyski running tank emblem? He's getting poked really hard. Moreno bullying a boy on the Angela.
Like a boy will still be A-okay. Now let's see here, 3 flickers.
Marky getting bullied as well.
And 3 flickers as well.
SuperChickn coming bot here. Boyski running down to help out.
Equal, I might say.
Gonna get poked quite a bit.
But look at Geek Fam.
Marky, man, getting poked out by the Diggy here.
That's a lot of defensive stats.
Oh, he might be dead.
Not getting taken out, but look at that.
Good pull.
Oh,
good
okay.
As well.
Nice sidestep attempt, but
we'll
then
have the first blood
kill.
200 gold cashed in.
That's a good way to begin the series for Bigatron Alpha. I was really worried about their mentality, their mental state, and their confidence coming in already at 2-0 against Geek Fam, but
Cerezo.
they're still
Got quite a bit here.
to win it.
Nah, helping Luke
The
out.
thing that I was really concerned about with the Edith pick is that FwydChickn, he roams around a lot, but wait a second.
Oh!
Yeah,
being forced to sprint out here.
He
Good
still
CC chain.
has the sprint and will be fine.
Back to that point of FwydChickn, right?
Oh, if he reset his recall, that would have been so good.
Mobile hero in the game. So what he was able to achieve in game number 2.
It's a smart idea here to just force the reset. Or force the wave push. Marky gets some gold out of the tower and Beloy can reset. Or Beloy will rotate mid when he's 3rd HP. Luke. That's bad. A really premature Bravest Fighter from Luke. Try this flicker out. It's not going to matter. Get pulled back from Diggy. 1 HP here. Gets his dash off. Not going to matter. He's going to die. Big bonk goes off. Cerezo falls. It's going to be 50-50 here from Nile and SuperChickn. Who's going to win? Nile quite low. Still wins the retry. SuperChickn 1 HP. Can the boy finish him off? Flicker autos. Boy quite low. He's gonna Giga Chad and Moreno in the face. FwydChickn's here. Forces hit the flicker. Bro, a boy is fearless. He went in Moreno's face like, I don't give a fuck. I'm 1 HP, but I'm an Angela. Marky here with the 1v2 on Jive and Key. Has to back off here. Getting poked quite a bit. Has to force a sprint. Can't get finished off though. It's a shame FwydChickn flickered earlier. If he had it right now, he could probably dog on him. Nile attempting to steal blue here. Get back off.
They will not engage in business just yet.
That's a small power spike there from Shive. Picking up the hash claws in that gold lane. It should help Shive sustain a little bit more in these 2v2 fights where most of the action is actually centered. Why is it that in this game, that's what we're seeing?
Where is it centered?
Gold lane.
The gold lane? I think it's because it's that volatile. We've seen the Irithel being so deadly in the hands of Marky. Shive can do the exact same thing. He's being babysat by the Diggy as well. But
FwydChickn flip on Annihilate. SuperChickn.
Good catch.
Yeah, CC.
Good
Get out though.
As well.
Can't CC chain when they have tough boots versus Edith.
Very hard to catch a Lancelot.
Gotta say though, that FwydChickn has been so much more active around the map. The super key, he's stuck in this lane, and yet
late game
has not been able to get a big win in
it's pretty even, I'd say.
FwydChickn has been all
not
over
too
the
one-sided.
place, starting their engages, getting skirmishes done for his team, and I think that's a big difference.
I mean, the only thing is that Lapu kind of falls off, but Luke, even though his Lapu falls off, has always been pretty consistent in his performance with being aggressive. Key being forced flicker here instead of using ult. Looking for the dive of Jeeve. Get back off though. Nile dashing out. FwydChickn quite low.
They don't get it just yet. They're looking for a way to set up properly for this next crucial objective, especially understanding that both SuperChickn and Nile are at level 7, so it's 50-50.
Okay, let's see though, right? Now, Turtle, 4,000. Oh, let's see
FwydChickn with the flicker ult onto Cerezo.
finds it. Penalty zone popped as well.
Cerezo with the ult has flicker though, it's gonna matter. Marky with the engage kills FwydChickn. FwydChickn 1 HP.
With the passive, he's able to survive.
Luke with the ult. Marky doesn't have. Wow, Jive gonna fall. Does not have sprint. Gets flicker ulted by Luke.
By the side of Geek Fam.
That is a big W for Geek. Ken trying to invade this red buff here. Might not be the greatest play. Marky is here. Forced to get out. Marky will not sprint for it, though.
But take a look at the
Boy,
rotation.
an attempt. Not gonna matter.
He will have enough resources to have space.
Oh, look at Nail though, moving straight towards the opposing jungle. SuperChickn will be denied this purple, but he is not letting it go without a fight. But in
wow,
the
Luke with another kill.
with the solo.
He is
kill.
unkillable.
And with no support, Chive.
Damn, Luke is like the only EXP laner who's making a lot of work right now.
But take a look at the structure
Well played,
here.
well played.
Top lane, it will be the first structure to fall.
Again, right? Bigatron Alpha, they're losing on the macro play from Geek Fam. Geek Fam, they've been able to find a lot of just trays over the map. Top lane are going to be taken down by Marky of all people that you don't want to see scale, that you don't want to see snowball. At this point, he's sitting 1-1-1, a level or an XP lead against Shive. And I'm wondering what the goal difference between both of these gold winners are, because that would be very interesting to see. And another structure!
Wow, all structures falling down. And Marky, on that point, Eterna has finished the golden staff at 6 minutes.
Marky with almost 1,000 gold over Jive.
Right here by Ube's gold. Taking a look at the gold in particular, it's a 1k gold difference. So Sive is still very much in the game.
Now though, quite under farm in comparison to Super Ken, but that's fair though. Like Lance, you just want to farm so you get items where you can do damage, so it makes sense.
And I think Geek Fam, the big win for them here is being able to dictate when they want to take fights. Usually we see them fighting near the mutual objectives, but we've seen them fight away from it when it's necessary. The same can't be said for Bigatron. They're only fighting in the neutral objective. And
Voloisky with the early ults, but Nile gets the retry off. Voloisky with the flicker, aggressive flicker on Ken. Okay, Super Ken 1 HP. Okay, Super Key with a very premature ult. Time's journey.
As the Lancelot rotates towards the bot side
Crazy's Wrath goes off in the blue buff, but Rhino somehow got it.
That's not the best scenario for Super Ken, is it not?
I think, unfortunately, the Appraiser's Wrath from Nail didn't land. I think the buff went a bit too close and it wasn't the right angle. I don't think we'll see a replay of it, but the point is, Moreno is the one
BTR looks tilted. Yeah, I don't think they have the mentals to reverse sweep. Defam's used to being on the shitty end of the stick. Never making it into playoffs, never making it into upper bracket.
Despite the 3k gold lead that Geek Fam have amassed from the first minute of the game, we're now entering number 8. Nile though.
Nile with Fraser Wrath. In a bad spot though. Quite low. Angelo goes off here. No Fraser Wrath. Nile gonna die here. Boy flickers out. Marky with an engage, but he's really low. Gets bursted. Dude, Geek's throwing. Luke with an engage as well. It's not gonna matter. Luke's dead. Okay, BTR back in the game.
A little bit overconfident from Geek Fam.
BTR all of a sudden back in the game.
That is definitely not worth it for them, as that 2k gold.
A little bit of a sell.
1k and falling.
A little bit of a Geek sell. It's below over.
There's a bug though, because earlier I can clearly see the Appraiser's Wrath slam right onto Super Key, but it didn't do any damage. Maybe we'll see a bit more in the replays, but losing 3 members, trying to save the failed play from Nile. Let's take a look at the instant replay right here. In the beginning now.
So yeah, Nile too aggressive with Fraser Wrath. They did absolutely nothing. They ended a wasted ult. Marky got some huge crits from Marky. Jive got some huge crits on Marky. Just absolutely obliterated him.
And now the goal difference has been equalized.
And now they're in a not so great spot. Edith is kind of useless right now with the Diggy. He kind of just needs to like ult with getting a full rage bar and see if he can force something.
Just completely shift back and forth now between both of the teams. Whatever Geek Fam has been able to amass has instantly been taken down.
Okay, they knew he was there. They had an idea.
All the while, despite Marky being taken down as well, he was still able to get another structure in the top side. So that's another thing that Bigatron Alpha needs to worry about. Wave clear, wave management. They're going to be forced to deal with that top lane as both of these teams.
Yeah, Jive has to match his top lane push because Chorizo sucks at clearing opposite lanes.
Is now 2 levels ahead of Nile.
He wants to clear that top wave, but they're fighting now, so he has to go help. He can't go clear that top. Luke with the early ult here. Racer goes off. Zerizo with ults. Time journey goes off. Moreno, 1 HP. Key's dead. Marky goes back. Super Ken is alive. It's going to be a flip between Nile and Ken. Who's going to win? Oh, but Marky kills Jive. Luke, 1 HP. Holy shit, Luke! Holy fucking shit, Luke! Dude, Luke just absolutely styled.
Geek Fam! Geek Fam! Geek Fam! Geek Fam!
Holy shit, Luke!
These moments Ladies and gentlemen, all members from the side of Bigatron
Wow,
Alpha
actually
taken now
insane.
one by one.
Luke was
Geek Fam
1v2
have
and managed to
gained
live and get a kill.
The Lord is on the way. 3 lanes are pushing. Everyone was able to create their own outlane
actually
in a very
absurd.
scrappy team fight.
If you haven't been looking at Luke,
Bro, the casters, I don't think they even noticed
looking at the in-game
the absolute insane play Luke made.
Luke with the Bloodlust Axe was able to buy so much time, turn it around and even survive. As you mentioned, it turned out with the Lord coming in. Now, with the tools that they have,
They're done for.
go for a dangerous
As
play.
much as I want the series to go on and go longer, they're
Clear,
done for, man.
But they have very limited tools. Let's see how they go about it as Geek Fam make their move.
Can the red robots defend the hack? Ooh, Super 10 jumps in hard.
Boyski with an early ult here. Not gonna matter. Top tower is gone for sure. Man, I wanna. Wow. I'm sad. But happy.
Now, focus down on towards the mid and the bot. As it seems like Geek Fam, they fail to manipulate the waves, and it will be the one baser top side.
Yeah, they kind of fucked up the wave sync, but they still got one whole high ground. For first order, that's always good.
Turret. And unfortunately for Bigatron Alpha, that inhibitor turret is in the far lane, in the top side. It's going to be spawning in the bottom.
Let's take a look at this replay.
Yeah, look at Luke. 1v2 here. Rhino goes in.
But it just wasn't enough. The flicker
Insta flicker. Or not even flicker. Dash, ult, then the turnaround. Bro, Luke holding on to his flicker for that long. That kind of patience for that turnaround play, insane, man.
Everyone's been talking about how Sorizo is so consistent, so good, especially in the 1v1s. Luke says, hey, there's a new contender in town.
Hey, let me style on you. Feed me a sandwich.
Luke here for everything. Luke at Luke.
Look at me. Look at Luke. Amazing. What in the world was that play? Because that bought so much time for the entire team fight to occur. Meanwhile, Marky was also doing his job, being able to take out Shive, of all people. And then Super Ken was caught in a 1v3 situation that he, unfortunately, even on the Lancelot, was unable to get out of. And that
How the F did he do that on the current Lapu?
Like a pendulum.
I mean, Lapu's good if you're snowballing. If you're ahead, Lapu can do a lot of things. It's just that later in the game when it comes more even, and then if Lapu's behind, he's like really bad.
How effective, how safe this pick is, and somehow in that fight where the bulk of the crowd controls and ultimates have been flying around already, he got picked off. That is definitely a mistake. We didn't see it because it wasn't on camera, but it's a big factor. And if Bigatron Alpha wants to try and win it and extend this to a full game series, he needs to shape up. He needs to stay safe enough to output that damage because no one else on the team will be able to.
Because that was supposed to be Bigatron Alpha's word to win. Remember before it even begun, I mentioned that Nile was 2 levels below of Super Ken. And yet Geek Fam found that opening. We'll see now as both of these junglers are now at level 15. 50-50. It really depends on the setup coming in. But like I mentioned earlier, right? Because of that inhibitor turret taken down from Bigatron Alpha in that...
Well, he's got the conceal on the super key. Super key flickers out. Not one uses ult here. But his flicker means he's very easy to die. Very easy to die. Very easy to kill by Marky. Good reset. Really nice reset on the Lord there. They're forcing BTR to have to address that top wave because Marky is still missing. So because of that, Wojcicki goes in and Zorizo flickers out. Gets stunned. Marky with a very aggressive ult here. He's gonna go in and says, fuck it. Let me ball. Zorizo with the ult. Not gonna matter though. Marky on Super Ken. Super Ken gets ulted by Valentino. 1 HP. Marky quite low. He's winning the nature. He's fine. TP's out. Right on 1 HP. Barely flickers out as well. Only 1 down for BTR, but everyone else is low. They're supposed to give us Super Key. Super Key getting dove in by Luke. Luke with the 1v4 moment. He's going in. If he got the stun off, that would be really nice. That's not really worth for Luke to die, though.
Uncontested. An uncontested Lord take.
That's a bad death from Luke. Even though it's a 1-for-1, Diggy will respawn closer to the base, then Luke will spawn when the Lord pushes. So, yeah, it is pretty unnecessary.
It's to send a message, to instill fear.
Send a message, instill fear. Make them scared. The big Luke, the Glook Luke is here.
For both the gold laners will give them a bit more output potential. Keep in mind that in the previous team fight, Marky was taken quite low despite the hard guard. With one more item, perhaps that will be enough damage for Geek Fam to miscalculate. And if Marky gets taken out, what can Geek Fam do without the key?
That's definitely
The Glook 9000. Haha.
Realizing
Oh, the Glook
the
9000.
brunt of the damage coming from Marky is
Boy with the early ult here, trying to do some tower damage. Kind of weird, but that's fine.
Super again.
Cancels.
Essentially the final push of the series, ladies and
Or
gentlemen.
they didn't really sync.
Geek Fam, they're taking
Not
this
sure if
one
Geek's
slow.
management is just
Mid
poor or
lane
they don't
base
care.
Will be the target though.
But
Now
the
Super
wave
Ken
sync ain't too
looking to
great.
fast
They
break.
can't even
Good
force us mid high
movements.
ground with a
It seems
6k
like
gold
Geek
lead.
Fam, They
Wow.
were not ready to pull the trigger just yet.
They couldn't
I
find
mean,
an
yeah, with
opening.
Luke dead, it'd be a
Couldn't find an
5v4.
opening, and technically, Bigatron
So-
Alpha has good wave clear, right? Coming in from Shive.
I guess they're just
coming
trying
in
to
from
play the long game.
Valentina as well as Super Ken. There's no range, but
Whoa,
this might be the
Ken
same.
goes
Super
in,
Ken
goes
go
out.
with
It's
the
not gonna rev
flashy
up though.
hands. He still be able to escape that one.
he didn't get the buff though.
The buff
Time
was
to
denied,
reverse
unfortunately.
sweep.
Now for Geek Fam, Niall is just waiting around, looking for a chance
Virgo
to do
in the
something.
crowd
Marky
crying.
has the Athena shield as a countermeasure for Moreno.
The Glook
This is like the
is
ball
here.
wave. They're trying to make something happen, but will
Can
it
they
be
get this high
allowed
ground though?
by Bigatron?
Marky
Marky
trying to get this mid high
covered
ground.
with the
Fuck,
hard
no, I gotta
guard.
get out.
Not committed just yet though. And
Taking a
Bigatron
lot of
Alpha,
damage
they
from Super
have
Ken, though.
defended the mid and the bottom
Boy didn't
lane
ult though, to be fair.
turret. So they're still
They don't want to throw.
okay.
Yep, that's smart.
Now
They don't want
at
to throw. They'll play the long
16,
game.
17 minutes. It's a bit past the late game mark we talk about.
'Cause it is a
And now the
diggy.
gold difference
Quite hard to
is gonna be
dive.
different. It's gonna
Trying
be
to force a
less
dive on diggy
relevant
is
in these situations.
not the smartest thing to do.
It only comes down to the execution and the positioning, especially in a big fight. And for Geek Fam, they have a bit of an advantage because of that pushing wave on the top side.
BTR
The
could
base
still
turret being
win
taken
if
down.
Geek Fam throws.
Division Alpha,
But at the same time,
that
you can
is a
say it for any
problem for
game.
them, but
As long as
they
this
can
team
use
throws,
that
the enemy's team
to
has
try
a
and
chance.
subvert the expectations
But it's not
of Geek
completely
Fam,
over.
right? Lay a trap for
BTR.
them where they
Seems
least
like it
expect.
though. Pretty close.
I'm just so not used to seeing this Bigatron Alpha, Arashi. Like you mentioned about the turret coming off in the top side. And usually that's what Bigatron Alpha does to their opponents. They're usually the ones that are very intelligent, especially coming into playoffs. Not really referring to regular season, but in the playoffs, it felt like their macro was down to the T. But against Geek Fam, it looks like Geek Fam has outsmarted them a lot of the times. And now, with Luke way there in the top side, they're going to be able to control that top lane, force Shive to handle it. And as soon as they see that, Geek Fam will go for yet another
This
team
is the
fight.
last time we'll
Will
be
they
seeing
win?
BTR girls.
How do they
Jeez.
break out from this format?
I mean, actually, no. MPLI. BTR is there. They might be there. Flip on a Zorizo. CC change. Pops quite low. Marky looking for something here. Super Ken, not a good spot. He's looking at Magaloy. Still has dashes. Gets out all the way.
My lord.
But he's quite low. Zoned away from the Lord. They're probably going to have to give.
Survives, he gets out, but remember, he's low.
But for BTR here looking for a fight. Who's going to get it? Flick roll from Zorizo. Quite aggressive here. Marky goes in with the ult on the boy. They're just going to go back and kill Zorizo though because he's quite deep. Jive, look for something to turn around here. Boy's dead. Now with the ult. Misses the huge appraisal Wrath. Now loses Zemo. Luke is here though. The Luke.
He's gonna be the main target. He's gonna be taken down.
Oh, Luke with a failed flicker.
But then again, Geek Fam has the Lord.
Has the
Jive
Lord,
is dead.
Bigatron Alpha had to lose their main damage dealer. They lost Shive.
If Jive got below and dipped, that would have been great. They could have defended. But Jive over-aggressed and died. That looks like a GG.
To delay this. Otherwise, this just might be the end.
Gonna try their best, but now Geek Fam make their move, Gunny.
Is this
Oh,
the
nice ult
final
from Luke to
push?
get out.
Mid-base turret taken
Marky no
out.
stacks.
Bottom now still
Very
stands.
early ult into Marky.
Seems
Isn't
like
going to matter
Geek Fam
though. I
will
think he might just tower lock.
be satisfied with
Super
just
can
two,
go
so
in.
Rizzo
Zorizo
just
with the
said
ult.
damage will come through the time
Marky
to give
with
extra
his ult as well.
sustainability.
Pops
Damage
off.
Here will not be enough as
Hitting
Lord
all the way
now
air, though.
taken care of. Mid
BTR all quite low, and now it goes in.
Weird. The base not that
Marky,
exposed, though.
quite
So
low.
Rizzo trying to hold on as Niall will
Luke, how you ult out? Marky tries to go back in. Marky's dead.
No,
what is Geek Fam
they
doing?
live to fight another day.
What is Geek Fam
There is a
doing?
reason why they
It's
are
not
the
it.
robots. There is a reason why they are called the Terminators. The
What is
AI,
Geek Fam
artificial
doing?
intelligence. Against all odds, they were able to stave out that aggression, only limiting their casualty to that
Lemon tower
mirror
lock.
turret in the mid.
BTR, I think, zoned all the
Fam is
minions
way
out and
too
burst the Lord.
overzealous. And you know what they say about the Terminators,
It was
man?
too risky
They
to tower
will
lock.
be back. And here they're gonna be
Bach.
pushing with 5 members.
Bach.
And there's 15 seconds until Nail comes back.
They can't.
And Oppo wants to get a base turret.
Wait, are they gonna try?
And now,
I don't think they can though. No minions.
Oh, good.
Zorizo with the ult, double flicker from a boy and Beloyski.
Oh, this guy.
The boy's dead. Boy's looking for the turnaround. Boy's dead as well. Luke, getting out here.
3 men now
Marky and Al are up.
Let's see 3 members of Geek Fam.
Holy shit, they can't end though.
But it seems like now Bigatron will go.
Wow, BTR with the comeback.
Are in this.
Listen to the
Okay, maybe I hope BTR wins one game. This is pretty
to
interesting.
Jakarta, Indonesia. Both of these teams
As much as I want Geek Fam to win,
their
it'd be nice to see one game of
And the
this.
difference now is both of these
BTR
teams,
putting
their
up a
bases
fight.
are wide
Oh, they're gonna go for the end.
Bigatron Alpha look for another engage.
Yeah, Brave Spiders
Now the flicker ult. Luke goes in, dies. Marky here, going with his ult. Not gonna matter. And it's GG. We're going to a game 4. Woo!
This series on towards
We're going to a game 4.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 4. What a comeback by the
Okay,
Red
okay,
Robots.
okay.
Already cornered down 2-0 against the Geeks.
Reverse sweep is a bit of a stretch, but we do go to a game 4.
They say a cornered animal will bite.
It is a big morale boost for
machines
BTR.
do
That is pretty
Turning
huge.
it around, finding the right moment to just completely demolish Geek Fam.
It really hurts, yeah, late game,
without a full
Does hurt.
composition. The death timers in the late game was just too much. And can see the looks of disappointment, the discussions happening for Geek Fam, and the celebration for Bigatron.
They overextended. They were too keen on ending the game that they made that mistake. They made that error in the base.
They got a little bit greedy towards the end there. Towards near the end, cost them 2 members, which again, momentum is a very, very important factor in the game, which it led to Bigatron having the momentum. Suddenly, they made a mistake while defending as well. They were a little bit too overextend.
Damn, nice. Game 4.
And yeah, they got punished hard.
It's ironic. It's ironic because Voloisky was previously known as Greed. And that's what kind of was a kryptonite to Geek Fam in that particular game. Wow.
I guess Mirko said it. And so now
How did Virginia Valentina ult steals GG?
Easy. Geek Fam greeted for it and paid the price. The banner that says
Yeah, Geek Fam greed.
Home, so the
Big
audience knows exactly what is
nice
up.
though.
Water is wet as well. What is
Now before we continue, I want to show you this Instagram reel.
Absolutely.
Is it?
You can't even hear the audio.
Anyway.
Oh, you
Can you
can.
hold the
What a
fucking
game.
light straight?
What a game.
That's so
and
cute.
how
Can you hold the fucking light
the
straight?
entire situation just
Aw.
switch on
I just saw that
the
randomly.
wrong
Cozy, yeah. I thought of Cozy when I saw that.
It felt quite back and forth towards that
I thought of Cozy.
mid-game. Eventually, one
I was
team
like,
fight
oh,
gave
that Cozy.
Geek Fam the entirety
I'll
of
watch
the
that again.
tempo, the control, and just with that one mistake happening, Bigatron Alpha were able to stay composed.
Can you hold the
to win
fucking light
that
straight?
series and force a
No.
victory under Geek Fam.
Cozy.
I love how
French
competitive
Bulldog?
it
Yeah, I have a
is,
French
and
Bulldog. He's
we
so
gotta give it
cute.
to Superken, man, player of the game by the Samsung Galaxy S23 Series 5G.
You
I was
comments
so
to tell him to
surprised because
apologize.
at some point I felt like he was dealing so much damage. But looking at his item build, is this not hybrid? Is this not
His eyes.
tank?
It's hybrid, but it's a bit more damage than usual.
Yeah,
right?
Super Ken did really nice
Of
on
course,
Lance.
the
He made
Sky
Marky
Burst
really low. He
Burst helmet,
distracted Marky a
those are
lot.
built
He was
in
really like Marky's main
with
threat.
more punch with the Thunderbolt, with the
Going in and out, hitting him
endless
and
battle
backing
as
off,
well.
running away. All that good stuff.
Empowered basic attack after every spell is definitely used to try and catch the players of Geek Fam off guard. And with the War Axe, it just allows him to be a bit more mobile with the stacks of penetration and movement speed. And he really made full use of it, man, moving around the whole backline of Geek. And he was definitely a big distraction.
I think he definitely helped.
Not being able to get a very decisive fight, even though they've been winning again and again at the Lords.
The Lord defense is nice, but it was more of like
Patience is
a
what
throw
really
from
cost.
Geek. Got overconfident.
Exactly. I mean, even in this early game, I was so perplexed with everything that was going on.
Yeah, early game.
At some point,
Early game.
those
They got
moments
overconfident as
fell.
fuck.
It felt like Geek Fam played that entire series right until they did.
Cass still there? Nah, he
played
left
by Luke.
a while
Again,
ago.
just eyes on the target, target locked. Over and over, he was able to find those perfect
I will eat my words if this goes to a game 5. I will eat my words. I don't think it will, but I will eat my words if it does.
At this moment, right, it's still somehow Geek Fam, they have the control after Lord even, right? After the defense there, but what happened was
Fucking light straight?
Oh, it's so
cute. Can you hold the fucking light straight?
It's so cute.
I think the damage as well is so much different.
I want to go pet Cozy after this. After this series, I'm gonna go pet Cozy.
You can see that whenever they're stuck in a bit of a Mexican standoff, when they're both hitting each other, Marky is forced to back away. And in this fight, take a look. The waves gets cleared out, and Geek Fam seems like they just did not realize it, and they're caught completely out of position. Marky alone there against 3 members should never happen. And it did not happen against Onyx, but today, the robots have caused the Geeks to make a mistake. With the death timers so punishing at about 46 seconds.
Can you win straight?
Their base attacked by minions, but they knew they made that AI calculation and end the game before that could happen.
No, the bomb!
Ladies and gentlemen, the program for the side of Bigatron is still online as we take a look at the itemization. 21 minutes was
once there was a way.
Oversight, right? Because I would say that Irithel has a lot more power in the lane game as compared to the Quad. And honestly, one of the main factors is water.
Baby dog.
Wait, the one?
the win
Oh,
It's the burst, right? It still has that burst critical. Meanwhile, it takes some time because of the DPS nature of Quad.
If I be the ROG Phone 6, you see push notice, I knew.
I won't be late.
I knew way before. Anything you see Moonton post, I already know about beforehand, and I just can't tell you. There's always like the official about like official announcement dates and whatnot, but pros are usually known information like way beforehand, so they can like prepare.
Turns out in the end it doesn't really matter. It can offer. I think if you take a look at the damage dealt, the Booty I think is an underrated component of the competition as well. Throwing calculations around, and when you're defending, a big part of the way
I'm dead.
of those bombs in the base.
Let's take a look at what the stats show us here after everything happened, and it's insane.
You're trying to like out of old videos? I don't
How does he
like
get
it.
that?
I mean, it just makes the phone a little bit more laggy. It looks nice
So
though.
active, man.
Kinda right.
I don't get it either.
The gore
Like,
is
CJ
AFK.
should have definitely been up here, but I guess he was doing a lot more clearing,
Hypocrisy fools
right?
me no more.
He's the one that's
after
mobile,
all I've
and they
been
can't
through.
really send CV away from important areas. Like, either him or Sorizo, usually. But Sorizo's going to win them, so there's no way you send him away from the team fight. That's where Super Ken just fills in the gaps.
Now,
Let's not forget, Mark, 3 games in a row. Not basic carry as well with 108,000 this time.
Yes, I am alive. Thank you for asking.
Around 100,000
Okay.
as well on the first game. But that's consistency from the solution.
A consistent solution.
Yet,
Because it shows that it wasn't being on Mark.
Like in the last fight, Marky getting taken out was definitely a big problem, right?
Bro.
If he was able to survive there, then maybe, at this point it's all maybes, right? But there's a chance that they could have defended that, but then it becomes a big ping pong match from both teams. Not exactly the result that we want. But yes, shout out to Luke as well though, all the way from the beginning, making those outplays happen. Towards the end game though, I guess the damage is just too much. Or perhaps it's not. Like AI. Just like AI, they're just learning from each fight, and then they just figure out how they want to
GG.
play around to allow CB that space to make damage happen. Luke was unable to do that in that final base fight.
man, if that's true, then we're gonna be expecting a full 5 games here.
I'm all for it.
You're ready?
5 games,
That's why I'm here.
I don't think you can make the same mistake twice.
I like the energy.
I don't think you can make the same mistake twice.
Neither do I, and I don't think that
Yuck.
is what
I
we should be
don't think they make the same
expecting.
mistake twice.
Even yesterday, games got so close. I think a day before that, it went all full 10 games of the day. So I'm expecting this to be really close, and finally we're getting to see that come through from Bigatron Alpha coming back. And because
Yes,
it might
they are
be,
coming.
a long series,
Okay.
luckily we got you covered. We got you covered with a grab. Don't forget to utilize a grab. You guys can scan the QR code right down below me over here because you guys can get a 90% discount.
90.
And if you guys want to hop over to the venue as well, because, you know, there's still a lot of time, you can do that. Grab bike, grab car, whatever you want, whatever you desire. 90% discount as well. All you need to do is, once again, scan the QR code right down below me or go to the website grb.to/MPL.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, again, please do check Grab out. Because it's a really
Holy shit, that Luke play was
wonderful
insane though. I know they lost,
This
but
next
holy fuck,
ad
that still was an insane play.
Yeah, OVO. Because right now, OVO is also in collaboration with Grab. I actually went to the booth outside, and you guys can actually get a chance to win a lemon jersey.
Lemon
Like
jersey.
a RRQ jersey with Lemon's signature on it.
Oh, it's signed.
It's signed.
Wow,
It's
signed.
Yes. So you guys need to come over to the venue and check it out, but also you guys need to check this out as well. Because Arashi will guide you through it.
Say less. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Where are you going?
Get the Lemon signed shirt.
Not now, buddy. We're in the lower bracket finals,
can.
bro.
What do you mean?
Maybe if it comes to game 4, we have like a 5-minute break. You guys, you can like sprint over there.
If you want to, do it in a suit. I mean, if you want to do that, that's on you. But what's not on you is M5.
Of course,
But yeah,
M5's not on
M5.
me, Raj.
Come on,
The
Josh,
MC's
start
5th
already.
anniversary is an awards event celebrating the best of the best players. So don't forget to show your support for who you think has been the most iconic player so far. You guys can cast your vote because it is going to be opened up until November 4th. Oof. Who do you think? Who would you vote for?
Huh, that is a very great question, but I would vote Keyboard.
Keyboy. What about you, Arashi?
Ooh, man. I don't know, especially this season. I'm gonna go with the conservative answer and say I'm not sure. There's too many yada yada yada, and we move on to the next topic, which is
All right.
the next game.
Ooh.
Safe, safe, safe.
Media trained.
Media trained.
Well, the fourth game right here, though, I am expecting a bit more of an adjustment, and I do feel like AI. I mean, we keep saying it. It's thematic as well, but Bigatron, they are a team that really learns from their experiences. So I think with Geek Fam, going with the macro approach twice here.
Come on, what's the problem? There has to be some issue.
And I do believe that the early game, at least, is going to be a bit closer than the first 2 games where Bigatron are just defending again and again.
Okay, because that's if we're talking about execution, right? But what about the drafts? If there could be anything done differently, would there be something in relation to that for you?
I believe that the drafts. Well, I personally don't like the Valentina first pick, but I guess Bigatron proved me wrong in this game. Sure, it worked. It worked, but I still somehow personally feel that it was a fluke.
What's your beef with
Ooh.
Valentina, bro?
I like it, but not. I don't think it's first pickable. I don't think it's first pick material.
Even against a boy? I mean, I guess it's subjective, right? But I think Coach Aldo is just a bit more concerned. Because remember, a big power of Bigatron, like our token #1 Bigatron fan who's in the audience right here, he says that the 3-man roaming squad, the mid lane jungle and roamer, is one of the main things that allows Bigatron to be so dominant. If they leave a boy with a dominant hero, a comfort hero in the mid lane, I think they're worried that that's gonna make a mess out of their early game plans. By all means, Valentina doesn't really clear waves that fast though, so maybe.
Where's the game? Where is the game? Bigaturn, jeez.
In game number 4.
Alright,
Let go of it.
let's add a
Maybe
poll.
Bigatron will not first pick it. Like Goni mentioned, if they feel like it's not that big of a deterrent.
I guess it depends who gets first pick here,
Well, it's
right?
Geek Fam.
Because Geek Fam have opted to go for first pick instead. So with that being said, Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome you into the drafting phase of game number 4 with Joy, Fanny taken off the board. Bigatron will respond with a Faramis and a Boxia once again. Not a lot has changed, but I'm wondering if now Geek Fam want to go for a different
Fanny,
route here.
Joy.
Let's see, right? Mathilda and as well as Angela is still on the board here. Will both teams just trade it again? Or will they ban out in their last bans in the first phase here, right?
That's an option for sure. I'm concerned more about that gold lane situation though, right? Because I think for the
I
past
dropped the
few
big turn
games,
yesterday.
Geek Fam are the ones who've been very prioritized on getting the Irithel,
Yeah.
if possible, right? But they let it go in Game 3, and I think that kind of bit them in the back due to the fact that CV was doing so much more damage compared to Marky, the main key to their victory. So I think that's going to be contested a bit more, but the Angela is left open though, so maybe Angeloy will make an appearance again.
I like that you mentioned the Irithel, because in the first game, Irithel was banned.
Yep.
Second game, Geek picked up Irithel, won.
Yep.
Third game, Bigatron picked Irithel,
First pick,
won.
Valentino,
So
once
it's going
more.
to be very important, but still they completely ignore it. Geek go with the Valentina first pick, and Bigatron very quick with the Irithel and the Angela.
This is what I'm saying, right? You understand that I really don't. Well, this is Ryan McCaster, but yeah, they will trade the Valentina and as well as Angela and Irithel in that first pick. Meanwhile, take a look at this Geek Fam. They understand that this is such an expensive
Angela,
pick.
Irithel. This time they grab both.
Will Bigatron
They didn't let it
secure
slide.
CD before entering second.
That's possible, but I think this comp from Geek Fam so far is a lot more dangerous than meets the eye, right? The Valentina, main hero for a boy that he has not been allowed to play in the past 3 games, and now with a Rafaela, bit of a signature pick, and Akai was the hero where Nile was able to put the final nail in the coffin for RRQ with. So I think it's a lot more dangerous than it looks, but with the Lancelot again, signature pick for Super Ken that got him the player of the game in the previous game.
Whew, it's looking tricky. If you were a Geek, this is looking tricky. Bruno taken out in the second phase here by Bigatron Alpha, denying the Rafaela Bruno combination. In response, Geek go for the Diggy, so that's a lot more certainty for them, especially with their Kai pickup. And of course, in case they want to pick up a setup hero for Luke as well. Bigatron though, do they want to go again for perhaps a
Lance, this time.
give Irithel a winning lane?
Already got it
The
again.
answer is
Not
yes,
gonna ban it.
slowly being banned out.
The two
Boleski on the Wrath this time though.
will be banned out. Bruno and Brody. Geek Fam though, will they respond with
Now it's a boy on the Val. So let's see how this
Will they
goes.
focus more on towards the XP? Udong, Terizla is still on the board as well.
Versus support.
And I do wonder, Eterna, we were
Bruno
talking
and Brody
about the
ban.
winning nature matchup.
I don't think we'll go
So we
Claude.
talk about that, the hero that
Marky
comes
doesn't really
is the
Beatrix
carry.
much.
And against a
Carry.
shielding kind of deal, it's always a good
He
pick.
might.
Shreds it down. And in a
I don't think
kind of
he'll go
dangerous
Claude
duel, that true damage
versus
will
the
swing
Lance.
balance in
Probably
his
didn't have fun
favor,
time
and
earlier.
we know that Marky can play
I'd
it,
say
so
it's more
I am
likely he goes carry.
curious
Maybe
about it, but they ban
Beatrix,
away
but I
the
think
Riven,
most likely
and
carry.
Rizla will fall into the hands of Bigatron. Utility
Ixia,
for
nah,
Rizla.
Ixia isn't too great
I think
versus
Carry can pick up Purify
Angela,
here.
Angela
So I
Irithel.
understand the
I think
value,
carry makes the most sense.
but I just don't
Carry makes the
like
most sense,
how
in my
short
opinion.
range Carry is.
Yeah.
And she needs so much time, so much babysitting in the early game as well, especially in the laning phase.
Yes.
Ixia would just get hard dove by
Factors to
Lance
think about.
and Terizla,
What do you
and
prefer
Irithel
here,
Angela
right?
would just
You
chase
want
too.
bank in Ixia
Hanabi, bring out the
now?
old first game last season.
There's Terizla.
Hanabi,
Terizla, sure,
when Marky was on
Too much
BTR.
dive.
Oh, this is a really important match for Marky. He's probably like,
It's gonna be the
oh,
Claude,
they go
okay.
Claude,
More
bro.
mobility, a mobile unit, and accompanying that.
I don't like the Claude, man, if I'll be honest. Okay, Luke back with the Lapa. We're in the restroom before they get in game.
I mean, technically speaking, Geek Fam were able to control the game. They were able to control the tempo. The only mistake was in the last phase of the game where they kind of overcommitted. I'm not even
greedy.
going to say kind of. They heavily overcommitted that eventually lost them the game. So they're going for a similar strategy here, similar laning phase as well. The only difference is the Akai and the Fredrin. What do you think about that?
I think it's great. They were struggling to keep Bigatron in the right areas that they want to get full capitalization. So I think the Akai gives more value than the Fredrin when it comes to keeping people in place, of course, with the heavy spin. There'll be less damage, but I think they can deal with that. Bigatron, though, go for the Novaria. So more intel gaining, less surprises from Beloyski, good poke damage, and in a big combo situation, a Terizla penalty zone into an Astral Meteor can do a lot of damage. I think it's quite even yet again, but macro-wise, I gotta say, Geek Fam has a better chance of really dominating this neutral objective gameplay.
With that being said, the fact that they went for that long range, the fact that they went for a poke, they're sacrificing heavily on crowd control, which is exactly what Geek Fam has if we take a look at the game index as well.
Exactly. Seeing the composition now. Patterns don't lie, and I believe in the second game, they sacrificed a similar thing.
Found a cat.
Then they lost.
There you go,
Commentary
ladies
with
and
cat.
gentlemen.
Let's go.
Again, another potential last game of this best-of-5 series. Still at match point, Bigatron caught in a corner. They go for another point. Force a game number 5 in this 4th game of the series. Let's welcome you to the Land of Dawn.
Welcome to Mobile
Land
Legends.
of Dawn, here we go.
Okay.
Potentially the last game. Bigatron looks to
Nile on the
equalize, or
Kai
will Geek
versus Ken's Lance
secure
once more.
that
VTR with the early
series
pressure. They
ticket?
Novaria, interesting. Terizla will always be able to cut because it's Terizla. Beloy versus Key, support on support action.
That is the main question right here as we take a look at the emblems by
Emblems here, nothing too spicy, too crazy. Normal shit.
But of course, the mid
Wow,
lane
wow,
and
wow,
Roamer.
wow.
We'll see how well this combo goes. How good is this
You hear this guy
very expensive
purr?
contested Valentina in the hands of a boy?
Already a lot of damage, actually. A lot of control coming
Not sure if
from
it's loud
Bigatron
enough.
Alpha with their choice in the mid trio. Who would have thought Angela and Novaria being
Eat
able
his
to have
flesh,
this much
jeez.
play in the early game? Look at that damage, the poke. It's deterring
Cody,
Beloyski
goodbye.
from being that usual
let you go.
aggressive force that we're accustomed with.
I think Beloyski for sure needs a bit more space to maneuver, and he likes playing this style, but at the same time, you have to agree and you have to recognize that Geek Fam isn't as scary without Beloyski coming out of nowhere with the Edith, coming out of nowhere with the Cho in game number 1. So we'll have to see, can they kite back and forth enough? And I think that means that Geek Fam will be playing it very patiently until it's turtle time.
Yep, nothing really gonna happen until Turtle when you have two supports. Supports don't really make plays. They're just walking around, you know.
Both okay, both teams will not
Nothing too
engage
crazy.
in business. No first bloods just yet here, as they will now enter the turtle pit.
Oh, Marky with the
Some are
aggression
already
on
at level
Jeeve.
4 here. The only outlier
They're gonna fight for this gold
would
crab, it
say
seems. Jeeve's probably gonna get it.
as well as Moreno, still at level 3.
The 1-2
Don't really have
combo.
that much power.
Now, Luke's
from
level 4
Avoid
is
in
really
comparison to
strong,
Moreno
though.
here,
So is
especially
Zorizo's.
in this turtle take. In terms of level, Super Ken as well
Luke
as
getting poked out
Kyle,
quite a bit
level
here.
4. Let's see how this goes.
Quite low.
Super Ken jumps in looking
Super
for the
Ken
steal.
goes in.
Heavy
Zorizo with the
spin
flicker
though.
ults.
Will
Getting pinned.
push
CC
Nile
chain.
away as
Beloy gets the
really
ult.
wanna
It's
secure
the
the first
turtle.
Super Ken jumps in.
With the ult as well.
Next on towards
The
two.
Nile.
Now Nile will
Gonna pick up
escape.
Beloy.
Super
Gonna go for
Ken
not.
finds the first
Super
blood.
Ken.
He'll
Oh,
be
Super
flat
Ken
though.
dies to
Super
Beloy.
Ken
Not
now
1 HP. He's gonna get out. Zorizo quite low. My boy's trying to do something to him. He's getting healed by Key, and he's gonna get out.
Back up. It's a 1-for-1, but the turtle falls in the hands of the Geeks.
I think it's definitely
The
worth it
Geeks,
for
the big Geeks. Whoa,
and
Luke.
Turtle getting the jungle ahead as well.
Whoa,
Straight to
Lukey.
the landslide.
Quite low.
But man, that was Luke was fortunate not to be taken out right there. Luke, I think Luke luck was something we talked about in yesterday's match as well.
That was a close one indeed.
Luke ults for the wave, so he doesn't have
Really
to.
pushing us to the edge
He can
here.
reset.
Even in the beginning of the game, 3 minutes in. But other than that, everything is a little bit more.
Goalie isn't really
down-tempo.
too
It
big
wasn't
off to get that
just on
turtle.
Game number 2 or game number 1.
Marky
which
gets
means
gold
that both
crab,
these
pretty good for
teams,
him.
Once again, they are thinking on their decisions a little bit more heavily this time around.
I think it's due
Luke
to
with
the
a
fact
bit of
that
a goal
it is
lead over
still a
Zorizo.
support
Too crazy though.
roamer matchup. Usually Super Key and Beloy, they're both very great
Ken's
playmaking
pretty even
roamers.
with
But
Nile.
with both of them being on utility roamer healer supports, And with the crowd control being a heavy spin, a bravest fighter.
You better have Keep carry use on. Claude is good if you can get fed and snowball with Claude. That's like when he's best. When you get into late game, you can be bursted. It's very scary. Because Claude, you kind of have to go full damage build now. After all the nerfs they did to him.
It's the critical moment. But with the heavy spin, I think Geek Fam can neutralize all that. So
Carry is kind of a safer late game pick, but doesn't snowball as hard like Claude does. Whoa, Nile! Heavy spin on the Kive. But, whoa, Shive turns around, kills Boyski. A boy flickers out, ults, gets away.
Oh, it was clutch. He escaped with the stolen hard guard. Now,
getting poked out quite a bit here. Dude, what a bad force. Why are they forcing that? You have a Claude. Claude.
That backfired real.
Claude is not going to be able to do enough damage to melt through an Angela shield. Not until late game, man. If you want to do that kind of play, you need to carry. Boyski getting quite low from Zurizo. Forces flicker out.
There you go.
Free turtle for BTR.
Miscalculation by Geek Fam.
Yeah, major miscalculation from Geek. Why are you looking for early aggression? You have Boyski and Ref.
A bit too early. The follow-up came a slight bit late, and everyone was scrambling to get to where they need to be instead of already being there, right? It seems very minor, but every single second counts in a game as fast-paced as Mobile Legends. So if they really want to go and try and pick off a hero in a team with an Angela, you better make sure that everyone is on point with the timing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because calculations, they lose you turrets.
You need to be hard on her.
They lose you games. And that was very detrimental to Geek Fam's just loss in that early stage of the game. That has actually
I don't like this Claude pick, man. I feel like it won't do enough damage.
Look at the composition as well. I think Big Alpha has more to gain by winning in the early game. They can really chase down with the Irithel, and they have an assassin.
Wow.
It is going to be a utility Lancelot.
Yeah, BTR snowball potential is definitely better than Geek Fam, so they gotta hope they don't snowball. Zurizo with the ult onto Boyski. Boyski no flicker, gonna fall.
As the penalty zone.
Oh, Marky goes back in. Super key. What the Fwyd?
Down. Will Bigotron Alpha look another?
Marky gonna ult his way with it, y'all. There you go, though. He's fine.
Top lane was in trouble.
Super Ken cutting bot waves instead of Terizla.
Man, Super Ken, he's buying so much time for his team. He's allowing the space for them to be able to let go of the bottom lane to find something else elsewhere. And for the most part, Marky has still been unable to deal the damage and to put his pressure onto Shive. Is it related to the items that he's built so far? Is he not there yet? There was absolutely no damage.
The items is definitely a big problem.
Why I care? I don't get it. Probably Novaria. Alright, Novaria was picked after Claw, wasn't it? So very strange, actually. Oh, ult on Zurizo. Zurizo quite low. Penalty zone. Luke with the engage on the key. Key getting stunned. Has the shields though. Luke, the big Luke, gets key. Gets out as well. But Nile got zoned quite far away. Can he get there actually though? Super Ken's here. He gets it. Turtle for one.
With 5, they will not engage on towards a fight.
A great call from Big Alpha to just burst it down before Nile can even get involved. They acknowledge
Nile taking his red. Super Ken might look to invade Nile's jungle in return. Oh boy, quite low here. Oh, nice flicker.
Good flicker as the Phantom
Ken's gonna keep going.
failed to find its mark.
It was dangerous for sure, but man, what a
What the hell?
tough game this is. I believe for both teams, it's so difficult.
What the hell?
They are definitely feeling the
What the
pressure.
hell?
You saw that Marky, he actually was hitting the neutral, the jungle camp.
Nice fight, nice fight.
Because maybe the pressure.
Holy shit, he's dead. Holy shit, he's dead.
Already ramping
Oh my god, he got the turtle. The red buff.
For
Woo!
Super Ken, he's gonna be.
You guys are gonna blame me?
In those backline dives.
That was extremely.
Wait, we look at the Indo stream is fine. I don't think the Indo stream is fine.
Into the item. So far,
Wait, no, the Indo stream is fine.
Only gotten DHS.
Hold on.
As well as the golden staff. Is that enough? Is he there yet?
The DHS and the golden staff. I mean, it's gonna wrap up his damage a huge amount.
Alright, well, I guess we're listening to Indonesia now. Boyski quite low. Boyski's picked off here.
Udah ada satu lagi BMI ditembak.
Oh, 1 HP gets out.
Aboy masih berhasil selamat. Akankah dia balik ke situ? Dia mau mencoba untuk memancing, tapi Aboy hadir untuk bisa memberikan backupan. Namun mendadak Sive, bahkan sudah ada
Oh, he's dead. Dude, no way. Is this gonna go to a game 5?
Ada heavy spin yang masih terhalang.
No way, Geek Fam.
Dari land of down.
Wah, ini
Geek
kesalahan
Fam.
dari Super Ken yang dia nggak mau langsung kejar ke arah belakang.
English
tapi
is
dia
fixed.
nunggu dari Shive-nya.
But look at Geek Fam. They're all going in one by one. Heavy spins first, bravest fighter now. They're not going in as a team. Where is the Geek Fam unity?
I have no idea where they are right now, and honestly, at this point, it's looking bad.
Rizzo, the flicker off the Luke. Mark is with the engage. Boys, he's dead. Wait, is this outdated? Oh, it's outdated. Wait, let me fast forward.
Man, like,
It already
even despite
happened.
Super Ken already leading, out 3 levels above Nile. They're still able to find these moments that make it completely impossible for Geek Fam to touch these neutral objectives.
Not like this, Geek
5,300 gold
Famers.
lead now for the red robots.
Throw
They're
fam.
back. They're definitely back.
He
And they're
paused so it doesn't stutter.
still respecting Geek Fam. Super Key has finished the Necklace of Durance, lowering the healing coming in from a boy, from Luke and Nile, as well as Beloyski.
Boys,
This
1
team
and
has a lot
4.
of regen, and Big Alpha are happy to deny all of it.
Guys,
With the
Geek
Lord
Fam has
watching
done
on one
really
side,
good
though,
from behind.
seems
Let's
like
not
Big
count
are
them
doing
out
much
just
better
yet. I
than
will admit though,
much better,
BTR is in a very
much
good spot.
better management
But hey,
of the waves, but
Geek
the
Fam has
solo
came
play-
back from worse.
Seems like just
Wow.
to bait out
Ken's
these
Lance is
forces
actually kind of
for the
boosting
real
them though. I'm
defense.
not gonna lie. It's doing really, really
He's
nice right
facing
now.
wet already. Now the structure in the mid will fall.
That was an expensive resource to utilize earlier on, and now
Look at
look
his
at this,
Claude.
they're going in. That
Shock.
bottom lane is short.
Whoa.
But Nile!
Nile with a huge pin on his Jeep, but Jeep gets one to nature. He's really deep though. Jeep is dead.
But he will fall.
Now 1 HP.
let's see.
Super Ken.
Is run
He's gonna fall as well. Holy shit, a turnaround play for Geek Fam. They're going. I never count them out. Zorizo trying to kite them out. It's not gonna matter though. He's gonna get executed. Marky, keep going in. Chasing. Marky chasing. Backs out.
By the Geeks.
Defense? I would have said that was an offense, right? 1-4-3 trade in favor of the Geek Fam.
From
and they
2 to
have
5,
completely come back
5
here
to
as well.
6.
Sure,
Big
the Lord,
sheesh.
the gold
Boyski
is
died
still
yet
leaning
again.
towards the Bigatron Alpha, but now Geek Fam, they have enough of the map control.
Nice
to
pin
start
from Nile though.
elevating their
Huge
game,
pin
to
from
start
Nile.
elevating their strategies.
What a play from Nile,
Absolutely
though, to find
massive
Sive
pin.
in the midst
How much
of
HP
all
does
the
Rizzo have?
confusion.
The thing is,
He
Claude
has
does
a
not do
chosen
good
one.
execute
It does
damage when
seem
they're
like
low.
he's beginning to
So
believe.
a boy needs to finish
If he
them off
makes
of his
those plays
damage.
again and
That's why
again,
Turizzo lives so
this
long with low
Akai could
HP.
be,
And also
again,
because Turizzo's
one of the
passive
main
gives
things
him
they
more
could
defense low
use.
HP.
With the towers falling down, there's more
How did BTR win last game? Geek
zones
Fam
in
kind
the
of threw.
map that Geek Fam can use to trap
Pretty hard.
Vision Alpha. And at this point, with a Novaria and an Irithel, without any Purifies, that could very realistically happen.
It's so scary, Nile. Because you would say that Nile's biggest advantage as a jungler,
Bro.
3 highest turtle secured amongst all these veteran junglers. But he's also really good at finding those opportunities, finding that momentum, and give opportunity for his team. And it's been working out so well.
When is the
So now
BB
they
gonna
need
come?
to
The
be
big
very
rainbow loy?
careful
We're
to
hoping, man.
make sure that they know where he is on the map, and that is a big homework. That's big homework from Super Moreno as well as a Novaria to open that up.
The only silver lining for Big Alpha is the fact that the Akai is always
War is up. BTR only has a 2K gold lead now, and
But we've seen that
Geek Fam has done a lot,
sometimes the
even from
Akai
2K behind.
goes somewhere else and
2K
goes
is
for
not
those
too much.
wins.
It's
Geek Fam can do the
completely
same,
fine.
but with limited front line, they're sending Luke to do all that instead. And Nile, as you can see, is always waiting near the Lord. It's gonna be yet another duel between him and Super Ken. And now with a level disadvantage, it's not gonna be as clear cut.
Whoa, boy, getting quite low. Regens are quite bad. Wow, blah blah. Regens are really fast though. Fast.
The members of Geek. Bigatron though, slowly but surely here they are trying to.
Vario goes off. Flicker off from Zorizo. Gets 3. Boise flickers out immediately. Trying to run away here. Super Ken gets pinned. Super Ken's dead. Marky going in.
might be the main target here. As
Oh
Super
no,
Moreno
the
will
Retry
not
Burn
find
gets a
the ball.
boy.
Actually,
Even though Ken is
the
dead.
Retry will take down
Are they
the
gonna
ball.
fight the turtle?
It's a 2
Lord?
for 1 trade, but the problem is, even though Bigatron Alpha win that in terms of numbers, there's no Super Ken. There's no source of retribution.
I don't know if they're gonna flip
for
this.
Bigatron Alpha? Are they going to
There's no way they
continue
do go
this
for
lore
it. They
take?
might look for a fight
Or
though.
are they going to be able to delay it? The question is if they
Whoa,
can.
nah, being a bit too aggressive here. Quite low. Chorizo. Luke goes in. Flicker rolls. Going on to Jeeve. Oh, but Chive lives. But Luke, wait, now goes back on the Lord. Super Chorizo 1v1ing Marky.
Survives.
Niall.
The Lord and
Niall going on the Lord. Can you get it? Oh my. Luke still got it! He still got it!
Time! The Retry finds the Lord.
Holy shit, he still got it.
Niall, what a monster! He came
Why
in
is
as
Marky
a
going
rookie,
back in?
and he comes out a veteran, despite being taken out, despite everything thrown at him in that
He
turtle,
still
that
got it.
Lord
I think the
pit.
Retry
He was
Burn
still
got
able
it.
to secure
The
this,
Retry Burn is what
delaying,
got it,
giving
you
Geek
guys.
Fam a little bit
He
more
Retry before he
room to
died,
breathe.
and the burn, true
How is he
damage, finished
able
it
to
off.
Get this done again and again. The chosen one. Taking the game back, delaying long enough for Geek Fam. They haven't found a solution, but that is valuable time. All due to the play from Niall. Down to the wire.
What?
What in the world?
He was a level below Super Ken, you know, and then he's still able to make those plays.
Holy,
wow.
what a Retry. The goalie's even.
No words.
Me
Even though Geek
neither.
Fam got
Niall
wiped.
is
Thing is, these fights are not looking good for
himself
Geek
at
Fam.
this
It just
point.
looks like BTR hard
The
diving,
entire
and like
goalie that Big
they're just trying to
John Alpha was able
survive.
to build, gone. Only 100.
They really can't dive on the earth
It's up
though.
to
Luke, he's
execution,
gotta
but the problem
chillax.
still remains. Bigatron Alpha, in a base defense situation, they have so much more going for them. They have the range coming in from the Irithel and the Novaria. They have wave clear if Geek Fam wants to pressure. They have wave clear if they are trying to push towards the base of Geek Fam. And with the Divine Glaive completed for Moreno, Super Moreno, that's a lot of penetration, that's a lot of damage. He might be able to even one-shot the squishier members like Beloyski and Marky. And even in a team fight, the fact that the penalty zone has always been on point means that...
Whoa, look from below, he misses Super Ken. Super Ken though, getting pinned, not gonna matter though. Dude, Beloy, chillax, Beloy. Jeeve getting ulted by Super Key here. Wait, Jeeve sprinted too, what the hell? What is with these players and spamming their spells?
But it is still a hard
That's
reset
Beloyski's
here.
flicker and
Both
Jeeve
teams
sprints.
at equilibrium, 16 minutes in.
Barky got
Wow,
Sea
that's a
Halberd,
lot of damage
interestingly.
onto a boy as well. You mentioned it with the Divine Glaive, and the underlying issue is Bigatron Alpha arguably has better late game. With Moreno, with Sive, that's a lot of poke, that's a lot of pure damage. And Geek Fam need to figure a way of how to find that proper opening, because if they do it like this, if they go front to back, I feel like that's Bigatron Alpha's
Niall needs another
most
good pin
safest,
for them to win.
most ideal way to win the team fight.
I think for Geek Fam, it's only about making it messy. Every
Yeah.
single one of their heroes can do well, even though they are right in the thick of the battle, right? Marky can Blazing Duet, Beloyski can hit everyone and heal everyone at the same time, and Luke can do the same. In the
Marky probably
previous fight,
has
he
win.
was
I'd be
almost
surprised if he didn't.
single-handedly able to take out Sive. One more person comes with him, that should be a done deal. But now the question is, can they find ways to get behind Bigatron with the Astral Echo, with the Astral Sphere being spammed out again and again? The wave control on the bottom side, though, it's a step in a good direction for Geek Fam, but it's being managed by that Angela global presence.
Not to mention just the constant threat from Super Chorizo as well to make sure that that entire scenario
Oh,
does
now,
not
chillax
happen.
now, quite low. I forced a heavy spin out.
Heavy spin already popped.
That is really
That's
bad.
an expensive resource wasted here, pre-Lord.
Whoa, oh boy!
Might engage on towards the fight here.
Flicker from Zerizo, boy flickers out. Beloyski's dead though, he has no flicker.
Siva takes him down.
Bro, oh
That's a
boy,
clean right
what
here
was
for
that play?
Bigatron to go and commit to the Lord.
Chorizo,
Let's see
though,
how
quite
Geek
deep,
Fam,
getting
how will
poked
they
out.
respond this? 4 men.
Oh, Marky going out to Moreno. Moreno flickers. Moreno's dead to Luke. Luke in the flicker engage.
Down now in the backside. Luke finds
Jive with the wind of nature.
but the damage will
Quite
not
low.
be enough to
Luke.
take anyone down.
He's gonna fall.
Luke losing his immortality. But it seems like the damage will come through. Luke taken down.
Bro, Luke's out of
It's a
chillax.
2-for-1.
Ziva with the sprints.
Heavily
Marky
favored
has no
Bigatron.
wind.
Ziva out of nowhere finds the double.
Just comes in, guns everyone
Oh
down
my
on the
Flyd.
Ducati. How are you supposed to
Oh
deal
my
with this?
Flyd.
The Angela Irithel combo. Too much
Not
to deal
like
with.
this.
No one can stop them. And you saw how low CP
Not
was.
like
What,
this.
200 HP? The Angela comes in with the hard guard, and he's back to full with lifesteal of his own.
There's not enough damage. Boy, gets ulted again. Has to flicker out.
But no commitments from both teams. Lord now.
Nile?
Heavily favored side of Bigatron.
Oh, reviving Archery. Chorizo loses his ammo. But they need to run. Oh boy, grabs the assault and runs. They got an ammo. That's fine.
What's the cooldown of the hard guard?
Fleeting
Because
time?
Does Angela have fleeting time?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense because it was already used initially in the beginning of the fight. Shiva nearly gets taken down, and like you mentioned earlier, the hard guard comes back and was able, and that enough alone was able to bring Shiva back to full health. And so in this particular scenario, with that item already built in by Angela, in these long drawn-out fights, Bigatron Alpha, they're gonna win.
Marky has no armor pen. I don't like that.
Almost every single time.
Rizla just doesn't take
Combo is
damage.
just so devastating. And for Geek Fam, I wonder if it's time to just consider other options. Team fighting isn't working. Going for the neutral objective can work, but not when the heavy spin gets burned out too quickly. Can they go for something?
Navari is so good for these late game harass tower sieges. They might lose all their high grounds. Marky getting quite low.
Oh,
Forced to sprint.
Very low there.
Not really anything needed to,
But yeah,
but
the first structure of
whoa,
the
Zurizo
turret
with an ult
will be
attempt, but it gets
taken out
cancelled
there
by the fear.
in bottom lane of the map.
Probably best that way. It
Bigatron,
looked really bad.
they want more here, it seems
PTR,
like.
might try to
They
force
will
this
go
mid
for
tower
the
here.
mid side. Oh,
Zurizo with the flicker ult. It's Marky quite low. Has to get out here.
Very low.
Zurizo.
Though, still holding on. The damage
Nile
goes to the sun as
with the
well.
heavy spin.
Deep swing.
But Shiva gets out.
It's huge.
Nile needs to run.
But Bigatron will
Nile
keep
dies.
at it. Now
Marky
taking
with the
out
engage.
Blake.
But it's bad.
Bigatron still strong with 5. Base
Ken.
wide open. Super Zen. Flash.
Base is wide open. Boyski's dead.
Moreno with the double. Marky with the help of the
Luke
hard
going
guard,
at him.
looking for
Jive.
a kill.
Jive. Luke gets a flicker out.
Hard guard
Oh boy, loses ammo. Ken.
It will be more than enough.
Ken's
Super
alive.
Ken finds the kill.
It goes to a
Base
game
wide open.
5.
Bigatron Alpha
Oh
takes the
my
series
God.
onto a game 5.
ladies and
I can't
gentlemen,
believe it's going to a
against
game
all odds,
5.
The Red Robots have done it. They've come back, and we're back to a best of 1. We're going all the way in this best of 5 series. GG, Red Robots.
Man, we could not have it any other way.
It's going
What
to a
was
game
that,
5.
man? Geek Fam,
No
outsmarted.
way.
Have the AI
No way.
just progressed too far for human intervention.
Throw fam. Throw
We'll have
fam.
to see, man. Look at the relief. Look at the disappointment. This is the lower bracket finals.
It feels like a grand finals game.
Oh.
Throw fam. Throw fam.
We mentioned it, miracles happen. The unthinkable happens, the unexpected happens. And this could possibly be a reverse sweep.
Not
by
like
Bigatron
this, bro.
Alpha. They were cornered 2-0.
Not
and
like
here we
this.
are. What in the world?
Oh, boy.
Usually it is Geek Fam in this situation. But now, call it karma.
Dude, I knew the
They're up
claw was a
0
bad pick.
until the situation now is 2-2.
Just did not like that claw pick, man.
What choices do they have right now? I feel like both teams have done their calculations. You know, some humans can calculate faster than calculators. I wonder if that's the case for Geek Fam right here. They need to find something that works. The Irithel maybe needs to be denied. Maybe trade one of the supports. The Angela maybe is the problem here. Whatever it is, man, Airpunk and the Shadow Analysts need to find a solution. They need that quick maths.
Stop. Valentina out. Stop. Just
Dude, they might ban the Lance. I
that
think they
was-
kind of have to.
stop. It was
a
too
roller
much.
coaster.
That
The
was
Lance
a
is really
roller
fucking
coaster.
him though, like for
And now
sure.
it could swing either way.
For real. I am still quite astounded on what happened, ladies and gentlemen. It was twice now, right? Geek Fam down 0-2. They equalize. FLB finals lower bracket. Up 2-0. They couldn't pull it off.
BTR is lucky for Sonic. I still
It's just
stand by
going
that. Even right now,
We'll have
Geek
to
is like
wait
throwing
and
really
find
fucking
out.
bad.
But something they can really explore right here. is they seem to be having a lot of priority on that Valentina.
Geek is still throwing really bad right now. I still stand by what I said.
More on that later as we talk about the player
Sand
of the
rises when I
Super
give the word.
Soriza on Charisma, the main initiate tool. The only one almost on the side of Bigatron. It doesn't matter though. If it's that good, you don't need alternatives. Going in with the full defensive build, relying only on the emblems for the extra bit of survivability, and then afterwards, the Queen's wings.
Yeah, honestly, the Terizla did so much that game. Talk about Ken, the Terizla really did so much.
Damage reduction from the passive, damage reduction from the
That motherfucker was unkillable.
Every time a Geek Fam, we're looking to create things.
Every time the Geek Fammer gets fammed on.
Messy. So
The
Rizzo
fam
comes
geek
in
at
with the
Geek
penalty
Fammed.
zone and completely denies all that option. Takes it completely away from Geek Fam, going in for an engage himself. And it just kept happening over and over. You'd think that maybe Geek Fam would learn from like the first or second or
Oh, this whole play Geek Fam like the next game defense still sucks, lucky
Rizzo
nubs.
just keeps finding
Ashimali.
penalty zones. I still don't
Have a good night,
understand
bro.
how he's able to do it.
They need to
The
ban
only
lanes.
time where
Till the enemy
Geek Fam
reaches
were
the
able to
battlefield.
win is when Seeded
Yeah, maybe they
does
do.
get picked off, so
I mean, the
that's-
Terizla did a lot too, man.
If it's that big of a deal, if it's the make or break problem here, ban it out. Do something about it. Just aside from those moments, except for when Seeded just can't really run around, the game really doesn't seem as difficult for both.
No!
So I think Geek Fam definitely has more options in the bag, but
Yes!
tend to learn. This is a team that has the same composition more or less for 5 whole games against Onyx.
Yes.
If they don't find something
Fastest Savage ever. 40 seconds.
Flows beneath
might be
our
too late,
feet.
man.
Fastest Savage ever. 40 seconds.
Everything now hangs in
Count
the
it down.
balance.
Timer right now.
Yes.
Anyway, get higher than that? I think not.
My determination is 1,000 times
But
stronger than my
in
scheming.
a position of a best of one, who will take it? Anything literally happen now.
And I'm worried for both of these teams. On the other side,
Damn, this
think
region
about
is
what Geek
melting.
Fam is going through right now. How confident they were already going to the zero. Momentum is definitely
Dude,
not on their
momentum
side,
is
and
not
after so
on
many
Geek
games
Fam's
that
side right now.
would
That is for
average
certain.
in about 18 to 20 minutes. I'm wondering if
Cowards
these players
don't
are starting to
deserve
feel
peace.
fatigue, starting to feel lethargy, which is quite human, honestly, at this point.
Funny you would say that, because
Fuck it.
I lost all hopes now each road like epic goodnight chicken leg NTR.
Chicken, chicken legs.
Yes, Geek Fam against Onyx. And I wonder how much are they learning?
Please don't go call again, Marky.
Going up against better opposition can give them insights on what they can do better. Both these teams, I believe, have met Onyx
It's not the move.
and to varying
It's not the
results.
move.
Now we can see who is going to improve even more. But looking at the items, Super Moreno,
Silence.
also one of the underrated players here. We talked about CB, Super Key as well. But Super Moreno in that game was able to just secure a lot.
Yeah, I couldn't get the last dash
on
off.
reach. He was able to deny the movement, the surprise that comes from the speed that Beloyski usually tries to take advantage of with maybe a conceal play.
It was a very, very
Loyski, man. He's got to chill, bro.
fourth match.
Angela Mage Double?
Definitely.
That's
Definitely,
interesting.
right? It was
No support? Mage for
not
damage?
Really, it wasn't clear until the
that the
very
meta?
end that after that more than enough to
Oh boy.
put Geek Fam in a situation where he wouldn't want not to. He exactly wouldn't want to.
Nah, I wish I could play Khalid
What's going to happen in the
and
final
X-Borg in this meta.
This
That would be
is a
so
very
good.
deja vu situation.
I'm actually really sad, Chad. I didn't get to play
Great
EXP.
but this is
I don't think you guys don't
absolute
understand how
deja
sad I am.
vu. 16 intense games,
Like, this
single
meta,
drafts for 4 whole
my
games.
heroes are so good.
The final one was an
So it really is a
absolute
shame.
storm. Is that going to happen again?
A lot of 3-2s this playoffs, Arashi. In day number 2, it was full best of 5 3-2 both
Yeah.
matches. Yesterday, we saw Onyx going up against in the final upper bracket. Also 3-2, and today, we were defeated to a 3-2 series again.
That's the question, though. The last game, who's going to get
Dude, not like this. In Geek we believe. In Geek we believe.
Had extensive games, right? That's what we talk about
In Geek we believe. In Geek we believe.
Already been exposed, and there's only a limited amount you can keep pulling out of your pocket. At some point, there has to be a cooldown.
Hopefully, we do get the best of both teams in the final game. That is what I'm hoping for.
I just don't even care.
Game 5.
I just keep going in and dying.
A game where we will have to see a 20 minutes plus.
20 minutes plus. With the way the games are going, it's not really impossible. It just shows again how much things have improved. Usually the playoffs are full of 3-0s, right? Even the finals sometimes it's 4-1, 4-0 even. But now that's no longer the case. Even the likes of Onyx are being pushed to a full 5-game series again and again.
Watching her feeding?
And even the games, they don't see them as close. There's always
Watch me.
always adaptation. Which is why you always are kept guessing. So now it has come to this. The decider between both teams right here. Man, I can't wait.
All of us can't wait.
Even the audience, man.
Even the audience.
It's getting quite late, sort of, but the audience are looking absolutely fresh. They are just impatient, waiting for the conclusion right here. Both Geek Fam and Bigatron. There was a time where Geek Fam's fan base can't even compare to Bigatron, but that has changed completely.
The way of the sand lies ahead of it.
I am intrigued with how this is panning out.
I'm more than intrigued.
Because I'm thinking about it in the grander scheme of things. Coming into this season, what was your top 2 prediction?
I'm just gonna go get more healing, bro.
Before we started the regular season.
Onyx, Bigatron.
Bigatron and Onyx, right?
Yes.
Most of the casters also predicted
Except for
Bigatron and Onyx, except for Arash, who's an outlier. But most of us did. And for a time...
I don't want to engage first. Alright, fine, I will.
And then people said, you know what?
Fine.
And then all the
We end now?
traders, all the casters,
Alright, 14 kills.
voted.
Our Guinevere hasn't died once, bro. You're literally useless. Just die.
Go either or.
Our Guinevere hasn't died once. He's actually gonna go deathless in a brawl game. I don't think I've ever seen someone never die in brawl. Please die.
We'll see you in a bit.
Chat, have you guys seen someone just never die in brawl before? That isn't a Hanzo? I have to pause. I feel like I need the stream. That isn't a Novaria or a Hanzo. AFK, you're right. How could I forget? You just AFK. How if I shark the brawl? See if he comes brawl. Come brawl. He logged off. I didn't die. Estes, I guess. Healing. 6 minutes, bro. They're really waiting out for this last game, huh? Which currency is SGD? Singapore. Singapore dollars. That is Singapore. SGD is Singapore. IDR is Indonesia. Then PHP is Filipino pesos. Yeah, pesos. Spain's fun.
Even the strongest of currents fail to save me.
They checking which team pay away and willing to pay more to go to M5. They're counting the bribes.
I didn't die as F.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Play Mayhem? Nobody's playing Mayhem this time. The queues are so long.
All troops deployed.
The ocean sees through your cowardice. Feed.
Wrong. Why are cannon health HP like completely normal?
They're checking which team willing to pay more to go M5.
But leave a super chat, Darren. Appreciate it. Relax. That's embarrassing. Whoa. Boom, heal. Ow. Run. Boom. Boom. Oh no. My clock stacks. Ooh, LG flicker. I go in, I bait her, then I go, wow. He's confused. Bong. I'm good. That's fine though. Yeah.
Points available because you guys with the points from the membership, you guys can get discounts, you guys can get free vouchers, items. Just
I
so
cannot
many
believe this is going to be in
benefits. You
5.
guys check it out. All you need to do is join Innomart.co app because I got it, Donnie got it, Arashi got it. And
Darren, the best way to donate is through the link in the description, Stream Elements. That I get most of that money. YouTube takes 30% of all donations.
He doesn't get points too.
But if you want the nice little chat text, that's the perks of the super chat. If you want to give me the most amount of money, it's through the link in the description, the Stream Elements link. Appreciate any and all donos. In whichever method though. Up to you.
caramel macchiato for you. Caramel
Oh
macchiato.
no, not the caramel macchiato.
Beautiful.
Extra cream, extra whip. Oh. Not the pumpkin spice latte. Spooky season is here. And that killed.
30% and of course leading them from points.
That.
By buying this product. Right, in the
Thanks.
check out the app, check out the company to have more energy.
You know why it's so good?
Dead.
Because these are all made with a made-to-order
Best
concept.
fit only is only pens.
Making you
Yeah, sure.
refresh so that your life can be legendary.
As Shepin likes to say it, made by perfect baristas.
Oh, and we also have a perfect caster on our screen as well. It's Chimomo-chan and Mirko-tron.
Oh.
Mukbang? Oh god, no. Mirko,
Oh,
come on,
boy.
calm down, calm down. Calm down, calm down. This could swing either way, but you can even feel like the confidence seeping out from Bigatron Alpha. and
Holy
the
shit, we're in
fans.
draft. Fuck my raw
There's a
game.
first, you're right. So is it Bigatron going to create a mukbang out of Geek Fam?
They
or is it
banned
gonna be
Pack.
Geek Fam making out a mukbang
3-0.
of
That's
Bigatron
normal.
Alpha as we enter the final drafting phase of this
They didn't ban
best-of-5
Ken's Lance, so
series.
they're gonna try and
Second
take
last
it.
match that we are going to witness. Geek Fam back on first pick once again.
Dude,
Enjoy
Geek, don't sell this,
Fanny
man,
and
please.
Mosquito being banned out. Bigatron Alpha go for the
I have so
Ferris,
many. My
Latvia,
expectations are
and
so high for you
Matilda.
guys.
So exactly the same bans come through. Geek go for
Yours-
an Angela first pick.
Geek-
This is the
Geek go
difference
for the
between them.
Angela first?
But Bigatron still will secure the Irithel as well as
Ooh,
the Valentina.
I don't know.
Now
Does
they'll answer the
YouTube take a
question.
cut of the
What
donation?
was the main problem
What's the
here?
best
Is
way
it
to
the
donate?
Irithel or is
Ooh.
it the Angela?
Irithel for-
We've seen the Angela paired with so many other things, but now going for this
Okay,
Angela,
let's
they
see.
have let
I don't
go
know.
of both
Let's
the
see.
Valentina and the Irithel. We've seen it play out before, but without a Mathilda, it's gonna be a bit difficult.
Just don't go
right
Claude
here.
again.
But
That's
do
all I
assume
ask.
that something
Geek
is gonna
Fam
be
should
put
take Terizla.
in the hands of
Please take a
Peter,
Terizla.
swing the game in
Or,
their favor.
they're scared of getting
Something
countered by
that will
X-Borg.
take Sive out all the way from the early game.
Mind you, that this Angela can be flexed, right? To the mid or to Angeloy.
Ranger and Claude. No, they're getting Claude again. They just go Terizla.
Still hide that strat.
If BTR isn't going Terizla here, they're trolling.
Fredrin and
Or they go Ken's
before
Lance. They might get
we
Ken's Lance
enter
instead,
the second
actually.
phase. With Bigatron though, now what will they go for here, right? Is the big question.
Look, I find this really peculiar
Okay.
because I felt like that Akai pick
Yeah, they
was
get the
actually a
Lance.
good pick. But here they go for the Fredrin. What's the value here? Is it flex value? Or what? Because now they're one
Use on
against
'cause of the
Bigatron against
Angela.
Lancelot.
I think flex value, Onyx has shown that that's no longer the case. Even Boots, the guy that we mentioned, is the only guy still able to use Fredrin in the XP lane. Really not as good anymore. So, going for the Fredrin here more than the Akai. Maybe they felt that in the early game the Akai was fine, but in the late game they were lacking damage. They were lacking catch
Akai kinda
potential.
sucked.
When it comes to dynamic engage potential,
His
early game
Akai.
aggression, the Akai has one knockup and a heavy spin, and they're not very fast to execute.
Okay, good. Thank you for banning
As a
Terizla.
taunt,
Thank you,
as
thank
the
you, thank you,
knockup
thank
as
you, thank you,
well,
thank you.
As well as a good healthy bit of damage.
Terizla was
Clear.
such a
Maybe
problem,
now
man.
the approach is gonna be jungle focused.
GG,
Try and shut
BTR
down
win.
Super Ken. We've seen it done towards Kyrie.
Let's see, man. I think that Terizla was
Doing that
actually
against
such a huge thing
Bigatron
from last
if
game.
the Hilda is left open.
Ooh.
Oh, Hilda.
Possible.
Actually, that might be
They
a
won't go Hilda versus
possibility
Fredrin, though.
if they want to try and pressure.
I can see them going
the
Diggy.
Lancelot, pressure
I can see
Super Ken
BTR
in that
going
early
Diggy
game.
last pick.
Hilda's definitely.
I definitely know that
I like how you mentioned
Geek
the
is
taunt,
thinking
because
about
I
that.
just remembered it.
they're probably gonna pick EXP here
XRQ
because they want to go
he
Rome for
actually
last,
mentioned that in this matchup against the Lancelot,
but they're
at some
debating on
point,
what they want.
Fredrin is so much safer in the jungle as compared to any other because of that taunt. So that's something that maybe Geek Fam is trying to work around. But from the drafting phase here in game, in the phase of 2, Yuzong, Khalid, Terizla, and they go for the Diggy.
Ooh,
So that really
they
limits
banned the
selection
Diggy.
of the
That's
ESP
smart.
laners.
Smart.
See your
Really smart to
heroes
ban the
in
Diggy.
Second phase 4, that EXP roll banned out.
Nice
Leaving
ban, nice
out
ban, nice ban.
X-Borg. And what else here, perhaps?
Borg is
Other than the
open.
X-Borg Uranus.
Uranus?
Um,
That was Yeah, multiple times banned out as well.
I think Zurizo just gonna go Borg here.
Uranus.
Oh no, they're gonna get Uranus.
The first pick in the second phase, they will commit to a Uranus here.
Luke going Borg is not a bad idea.
A Hilda with an Angela sounds like an.
I think Luke could run Borg here. I think he kind of has to. He goes Lapu, he gets fucked by Uranus. He goes Esme. Esme would be okay. Edith would also just get outscaled. I think Borg is Luke's best option here. Or Edith, bro? Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, they do need CC. They need CC, to be fair. I mean, they have Fredrin, though. Is that not enough?
I mean, if this is a Edith Rome, that's it.
Ruby! Beloy's Ruby. They're pulling out all stops right now. Wow.
But they still haven't solved the problem.
But they don't have a lot of damage, bro. I don't know. I don't know about this draft, man. I don't know. I don't know. Minnow, that's a great pick. That's a great pick.
Minotaur.
Because with the Uranus pickup and the
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's not gonna be the playmaker.
Nope.
They need to secure some kind of lockdown, some kind of tool for them to utilize when all else fails. And they go for the Minotaur, like you mentioned. Good pick.
The Minotaur is a counter towards the Claude, a very hard counter, essentially denying that Blazing Duet at every single turn. But with so many ways for Geek Fam to go into the fight, he might be overwhelmed by just how many things are being thrown at him. This is now the first game in a while, in like 3 games, that is quite distinctly different.
But technically, because Bigatron has the Valentina, there is still a way for them to utilize the Valentina as an initiator, especially now that Ruby was chosen for Beloyski. So I'm offended is definitely on the table.
Let's see here.
Let's see indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment. This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Who will accompany Onyx to M5 to represent Indonesia? Who will be there in the grand finals? Will it be Bigatron Alpha, the Reddit Terminators, the AI that have built their name from zero, from every single time that they play? Or will it be Geek Fam with a Cinderella story to top it all off?
They're quite low.
We're down
Luke,
to a best of
missing
one.
the knockup though on Zurizo.
In the land
Zurizo
of
quite
dawn.
low. Knockup goes off. Zurizo purifies.
Early action as well. A turn Arashi here. First minute. No first blood though in that bottom lane.
Unlike last game, a lot of aggression early.
Of speed and tankiness. Look at the
quite a bit of aggression.
Tenacities all across the board. 3 on Bigatron, 2 on Geek Fam, and all the agilities and wilderness blessings. This is a game of movement, a game of pickoffs, a game of all-ins. Everything in the bag is available for both these teams. Who can find the better combination? That's the
I thought Boy was gonna steal that.
here.
He was really close.
With everything against both of these
Boy needs to
teams, the
reset. No
pressure
mana. We'll probably reset for this wave. Boy helps him clear quick.
You can even see Bigatron Alpha looking for more pressure in this mid side, especially with the Valentina. Beloyski though already has
Reset
a lot
a boy.
to say.
Nice.
Level 4 because he is on the Ruby.
Dude, this EXP matchup
now,
is really not good
trying to
either.
keep up with
And no one can really burst the Ernest. Fuck, bro. I don't like Geek's draft at
level
all.
4. And now everything is going to center around this first neutral objective. Who has a little bit more of an advantage?
Super can with the aggression on Beloy. Backs off.
More sustains, right? And bigger tanks to really absorb some damage, especially if Sorizo can get the clear here with the help of Moreno. But Geek Fam,
Key getting denied level 4 quite hard here.
They have the Ruby. They have
Boy trying to deny as much XP as he can. Nile getting the blue. Not a great choice though. Uranus is gonna run them down, bro. They don't have damage to deal with him. Boy has ult, but for Uranus, not really matter too much. Rushing Turtle is a very unwise decision. They should play it like really slow. Luke getting some poke damage off. Might pop ult soon. Luke pops his ult. Murrow does as well. He has a flicker. Super Murrow flickers as well. Luke is dead. They're gonna flip the turtle here. I mean, you are a Fredrin. Nile gets the turtle. BTR is quite low. Super Key has no flicker. Appraise's Wrath. He's dead. Okay, good. Good for Geek. Really good for Geek.
That's a trade, a turtle for a kill.
Marky though, quite low.
On the other side,
Supercan is taking Niles Blue. He doesn't even know. He's not even aware. Now they realize Ken rushes it.
Supercan was a level ahead already.
Dashes away.
Taken off the board as well. But somehow
Misses dash. Cancelled.
Good pull, and it seems like the
1 HP. Dies to an Angelo auto. That's so huge. Now he's gonna take his rev off now.
Save him.
The signature
Key's here though. Boyski's quite low.
Voloisky,
Is he gonna kill? Go for it still?
But now
Yeah, he's
still,
gonna not.
the gold lane,
Small camp is good.
Zero has not
Good
been
enough.
shut down just yet. In the jungle, the
Big
matchup
bonk.
is shown
They
to
get
really
it.
favor Geek Fam.
It's fine, get
But
out.
what can Geek Fam do with it? Have they been able to invade? Not just yet. Supercan has been so good at invading, counter-invading, and still finding gold for himself.
Wow, it's so peculiar here. Right now,
Beloy. Quite
Voloisky
low.
still
Backing off.
hasn't found an opening onto Super Key. They don't want to commit onto it just yet. But talking about this EXP lane, Edith against Uranus, who naturally wins?
Edith as Uranus? I think in an all-in, the Edith will definitely win. But how is the Edith supposed to force a Uranus into an all-in? The only time they're going to really go at it is during a big team fight. And the mid lane is where most of the things center
Getting
right
poked
now.
out.
It's Beloisky
Fine.
and a boy just going at it against
Marky trying to do double lane here.
Super Moreno.
Luke with the flip on the Moreno. Moreno gets CC chain. Moreno's dead. Key getting poked out quite low. Key 1 HP. Lives. Voloisky though. Ken trying to clear the way as fast as he can. Gets it. Might be a free turn. No, that's not a free turn. I doubt it. Voloisky quite low. Voloisky needs to reset, bro. Voloisky, chillax, bro. Reset. He might need a flicker. Yeah, flickers. Ken going in. Ken getting CC chain.
Oh, the damage though will not jump through. A super
Dies.
in that mid.
Chorizo finishes off Beloy.
Voloisky for Ken, but Chorizo now.
Chorizo, see if he can fall to the big bonk.
To take him down.
Looking really good for Geek Fam right now.
Back here, 2-for-1 trade. Initially, I thought it would have been really good for Bigatron Alpha, but because of those kills over,
BTR is greedy for these kills.
Super Ken is just absolutely struggling right here with the abundance of short-term crowd control. Like we said, the Akai has great crowd control, but only the heavy spin, and even his knock-up is on a longer cooldown. Look at how often now has been able to stun, taunt, knock up Super Ken in the middle of these fights. It's absolutely difficult, and Voloisky is playing into that as well as a 50-50 is from the audience.
Oh, look at the damage here. It comes through. It's a 4-on-1. Sorizo cannot soak that damage, but in the bottom lane,
Luke is literally 1v2ing right now.
Looking for a trade here. Luke now being the sole target. And Luke
gets out.
Oh my god, he's so
knock up.
Good
See a flicker?
No,
he's dead. That was really greedy from Luke. Luke, that's not like you, man. It's not like you to make bad plays like that, Luke. Chillax.
And in that sense, you would automatically assume that Geek Fam had the better trade, especially with that turret in the top side taken out. Marky securing a power.
Yeah, the item power.
Okay, Marky gets the tower. If Marky needs to get super fed and snowball for this game, man.
Very early. Showing that Geek Fam now
Marky's farming
has
really
a
hard.
lot of attention in the gold lane. They want to make sure that Marky is snowballing. And Marky can be the deciding factor, the real key to shut down CV, the rookie, the upstart, who's trying to tip the scales in his favor, changing the status quo.
Let's give us up.
Oh, mid. Well, bottom lane here. It seems like the turret will just be the target as Geek Fam. They will sacrifice that outer turret in the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, they're trading now. Bigatron Alpha looking for some compensation as to what happened earlier on. And it's now quite stable. Geek Fam, though, still holding the goal.
Whoa, he's seen Zorizo trying to clear out them here.
Now with all and all.
A boy with an interesting flicker. And he's dead. That is pretty good for Turtle. No Uranus, no for zone.
Wow, man, the
that is pretty good.
Are getting absolutely hammered. The gold lane and the EXP lane alike. Geek Fam just swinging like a pendulum, up and down, but now there's a trap in the middle. Can Bigatron Alpha find something favorable? And a 1.7k gold deficit is not game-changing, but it's definitely difficult to deal with.
That's the question
Price's
here.
Wrath.
And now both teams once again gonna
doesn't seem like Ken's gonna try and contest.
They're gonna look for the turtle play. Conceal from Voloisky.
Ooh,
towards
Okay.
Super Key though, but it will create space for Niall to take
Free turtle.
the turtle here, the last turtle. So yeah, with that, it's a perfect turtle here. Clean setup by the side of Geek Fam.
You can tell that Big and Alpha are just finding it very difficult to be proactive. They want to be the ones invading. They want to be the ones dictating the fights, but using what? The best thing they can do is send Super Key, just come in with a flicker and knock someone up, but that's just not possible, especially against all the frontliners with so much crowd control. Edith, Ruby, the Fredrin even if
Will I
seeing
get
it now,
vision? They
he
know
has
he's down
Purify.
there.
What
Probably leave B.
engage is he supposed to use it against?
I guess they could bank on Super Moreno, but for the past few moments,
Oh.
for the past few minutes,
They will look for SuperChen here.
Moreno has opted
CC chain.
for hard guard instead.
Dashes.
Another hard guard will
Boys there to deny it.
Super Key
Moreno
a bit, but
flickers
he will
out.
fall now as Geek
Nice
Fam
catch on
will
Ken.
not find
Good
another
patience from
good
Boleski.
disengage, but they will have
Positioning.
to sacrifice their jungler. 0-3-2 for Super Ken.
And on the other side, man, Luke is feeling himself. Did you see the recalls that he was making against Uranus?
That's just the way he likes it, man. And whoa,
G-Bag ain't don't want here. Force to purify.
In the middle of the fight is able to escape though.
The boy with the
Rizzo
flicker
now
on Nile.
soaking most of the damage. They won the meta.
Key.
Super Key now pulled. Minion
Ults
and Furry
goes
will
off.
catch three
Boleski
now.
under tower aggro.
Good
Flickers out.
engage.
Big Appraiser's Wrath. G-Bag's dead. Key is dead. Zorizo dead as well.
Megatron now will fall. The solution
Holy
with the final
fuck.
kill.
The 4,000 gold lead as well from Geek Fam, taking
Big
it away,
bonk.
securing it for themselves.
The big
grabbing
bonk.
it under the nose of the Terminators, telling them that, hey, we're the creators.
Super Ken caught. Lancelot
Bonk
now
goes
will look
off.
for an escape route. Finds
Super
it.
Ken
But they
gets
will
out.
sacrifice another structure in that mid.
See, he's feeling
Luke
himself.
with the DOS.
absolutely. On this Edith, he's just so aggressive. Big and
Luke with
Alpha
the
are
DOS.
just bewildered how to deal with him. And on the other hand, Niall, what an Appraiser's Wrath to just swing the whole fight in their favor in one fell swoop. The chosen one. He just found his newfound powers. Big and Alpha have no idea how to deal with him.
Not just yet. I mean, right now, they're using all the tools.
Just don't throw.
whatever
Just
they
don't
have in
throw.
their
Just
kit,
don't throw.
Sending Super Ken down below.
Geek Fam is in like
forcing
a
them to
great
deal
spot.
in
Just
with
don't
the
throw,
minion
man.
crashing into the bottom lane. But in the grand scheme of things,
Prage.
so far they haven't been able to do anything. What do they go for? Split push? Do they force a team fight at this point?
I think they do want to try and get some macro plays in. They have a Uranus, they have a Lancelot as well. Double wave cut in the base, split pushing and escapes from
Good for
Super
Marky
Ken.
to get that top lane
Really
shoving
win them
slowly.
Some situations, but when they're 5k behind, when they're not safe in their own jungle.
Now the play is
you see
just
the
wait.
Greed man himself just waiting around in the wings. It's so difficult, and with the Lord, they're gonna
They
be
see
forced to
G-Bay top.
contest this
They want to go.
and probably give up some lives.
Okay,
That's not
now
good,
in the
Beloy,
mid,
to waste your ult like that. It's not good.
Flawed is moving on towards the Minotaur here.
They're looking for Super Ken here.
Super
Ults
Ken
away.
and Chorizo, though, now might be caught.
Marky
good
here
weapon
on
trade,
Ken.
Lazy
He has
Wendell
no dash.
connecting all of the bullets
And he's
onto the
dead.
jungler.
That's a free
Marky
lord.
finds the kill. No retry for BTR.
G-Bay is going to get a top tower
Actually,
trade though.
It seems like Bigatron Alpha, that was not the call. That was not the emphasis of what they were going for. They understood that perhaps in a 5v5, Geek Fam would have won that trade either or. So Bigatron Alpha finds some compensation by slowly taking out turrets in the top lane, which allowed CV.
Why are they all
to
waving at
move
Chidera, bro?
and gain a little bit more control over the map.
But as you say that, Geek Fam equalized on the turret department, just cleaning it out. With the Lord coming in, can they actually set up the waves properly? We've seen in the past few games that they come in individually. If they can push the waves, get it to a 3-wave push, it seems like they're going to be able to do it. Bigatron Alpha, they probably go for something before. Super Ken trying to clear some waves here to eliminate the triple push potential. But Geek Fam, they have a lot of tools to work with right here. Can they go for a decisive finish?
Let's see, potentially the final
Mid high ground
push.
down. That's nice to get high
Of
grounds
the
with the first
series
lord.
here.
Getting 2 high grounds would be
Mid
huge.
base
Can I get
turret
2?
Taken out now. The bottom. Will they focus it down? Will they defend it? No.
Wow, they get
Bigatron
2.
will
That's
let it
huge.
go, as they were
2 is big,
taking
2 is
care
big.
of the Lord in the mid. Now another wave coming through in the mid. Let's see how Geek Fam utilizes this wave.
Are they going to try and force end?
Seems
There's
like
no way, right?
Opening here, no.
They're very surprised if they try.
Pulled just yet.
Top
Bigatron
high ground might
Alpha,
be doable.
They survive another day.
Wow, all right. So Bigatron Alpha had to lose 2 inhibitor turrets, but look at
Kenny,
Super
CC chain. Flicker roll goes off. He and Ken pulled. He 1 HP. He's dead. Zerizo getting melted. No minions though. Wait, there's minions. Tower's gone. I saw it. Really low.
Almost taken down there.
Oh, wave.
Basically.
Are they going for the end? He is dead. Zerizo 1 HP. Lives. Ken's dead.
He's caught and he's down. And Geek
Fam, with the ults.
Look for the end. 3-man defense.
10k only for Geek. Zerizo's dead.
Taking out the DPS.
Marky with the ults.
Bigatron, this is it. The base wide open. Let's see Bigatron.
It's GG, bro. Geek Fam to M5. Geek Fam to M5.
Their algorithm hijacked and made
Geek Fam to M5.
The Geeks move forward, secure the grand finals.
I feel so happy for them.
M5 and
they're literally like on a miracle run.
12 minutes.
On a miracle underdog run, man.
For Geek Fam to win that. Bigatron Alpha, they came back. They came back from a 2-0. But in the end, it's the Geek Fam coming back.
Wow.
Resetting.
Wow.
Taking their final ticket.
What a series.
Qualifying to the grand
Game
finals.
5 again.
Qualifying to the M5 World Championship for the first time in history.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing history in
Cry, Moreno, cry. Jeez.
For the first time.
Yo, show the crying faces. Where's the crying faces?
Not a single person.
RRQ is all over the crying faces.
That's just the way they like it. What a final game, man. Complete destruction from the Geeks that have completed.
Good for them, bro. Good for them.
AI.
A Cinderella story. Our very own Indonesian
Beloyski,
Cinderella
back to an
story.
M series.
How many times have we seen Geek Fam completely unable to make it to the playoffs? Absent for so many seasons. And for the 2 times that they did, they went home on the first day. Look at them now. Marky coming
Beloy
in.
MVP?
The
I think it was probably Marky.
solution.
Or Luke.
Beloyski
Luke's CC was
stepping
insane.
in,
I think I understand.
himself.
The CC did so much.
The prodigal son coming through.
So Nile and Jeeve are like ex-teammates, right? From NDO?
The chosen one.
I think so. I think that was like the story.
Nile, a rookie, being able to secure top 2 to represent Indonesia. Ladies and
Damn,
gentlemen,
Reno, you
I
can
don't
tell
know
is
what
like
you're
sad.
feeling,
That man is
but
not
I'm
smiling at all.
feeling goosebumps all over.
It is on
What
his
a story.
face.
We could not have written a better story for Geek Fam. The struggles they went through, the adversity they have conquered,
Look at Vin's face.
the hurdles they jumped over, everything for this moment. Now it's official. Not a single person left to be regulars of M5, of the M series.
Vin's gone.
Vin is out.
Vin is out.
Truly history in the making.
And this just really goes to show it's a new era.
It is a new era.
Maybe
New
ED
players
BTR
are
for
coming up.
mukbang.
No
New
royal
teams
best
Like the
coming
stream,
up.
chat. Subscribe as well. All that good stuff. Appreciate any and all support. Please, it's 10 a.m. here. I need the subs.
We're gonna say
Damn, Reno gonna
goodbye
cry.
to Bigatron Alpha. Let's hear what they have to say for the last and final time. We see tears, we see emotions. Bude Clara Mongsar, take the stage.
Berikan semua yang mereka miliki. Namun tentunya pada hari ini ada tim yang harus terhenti langkahnya. Upaya untuk melakukan reverse sweep ternyata belum berhasil dilakukan oleh Bigatron Alpha, tapi mereka telah memberikan
Tomorrow,
yang terbaik
Grand
di
Finals,
panggung
Onyx versus
playoff
Geek.
MPL Indonesia Season 12.
Bro, he said he
Maka dari itu,
busted after
kita
the one.
tentukan
Oh, there's the crying
berikan
faces. There they are.
yang terbaik untuk Bigatron Alpha.
Nice. They solved the lance with CC overload.
Leave the donut there.
Nyaris saja.
Yeah, CC fucked Ken.
Gagal, tapi itu tentu saja bukan akhir untuk tim Bigatron Alpha. Maka dari itu mari kita dengarkan bersama-sama dua patah kata dari tim Bigatron Alpha.
Halo, selamat malam semua. Saya Poet atau Stales, selaku CEO dari BTR. saya mau wakilin Pikiran Alpha, mau ucapin terima kasih sama semua yang udah datang buat mendukung.
Terima kasih.
Sama-sama. Orang tua,
big old GG.
pacar, teman-teman.
I want to see the MVP.
Sama juga ada teman-teman mantan kita
Rip
yang
Insta,
sempat berjuang sama kita.
On
Terima
a cage
kasih udah datang buat mendukung kita.
reunion.
Dan
Look at Instagram right now, but I see all the posts.
Dan saya yakin ini bukan jalan terakhirnya buat para pemain di sini karena mereka masih sangat muda. Jadi ini bakal jadi pengalaman yang bagus buat mereka. Ya.
Watch KSI versus Tommy?
Kita hari ini rezekinya di Geek Fam. Jadi congrats buat Geek Fam.
Geek Fam to M5.
Udah bakal wakilin Indonesia di M5 nanti. Thank you all.
Show the MVP.
Terima kasih.
Show the
Dan ML
MVP.
Indonesia begitu bangga dengan Bigetron Alpha sampai hari ini. Inilah dia momen terakhir kita menyaksikan mereka di pertarungan untuk series MPL Indonesia Season 12.
Namun tentunya ini bukan akhir. Kita akan melihat bagaimana nantinya dan kita berharap Bigetron Alpha akan comeback stronger di MPL Indonesia season selanjutnya.
Yap, namun dengan demikian final lower bracket menghasilkan satu grand finalis. Satu
Grand
slot
finalis.
untuk babak M5 World Championship.
Where's the MVP?
Dan itu adalah tim Geek Fam. Dan ini sekaligus juga Geek Fam pertama kali mengamankan tiket M5. Pertama kali mendapatkan tiket M Series. Dan juga ini baru kedua kali masuk playoff. Pada saat pertama kali masuk playoff harus terhenti langkahnya di hari pertama. Tapi kedua kali masuk playoff langsung mengamankan tiket M5. Ini bagaimana perasaannya?
The Dare guy's done.
Enak banget sial.
Enak banget. Dari Coach Ervan
Who's the guy on the
baru
left?
masuk di sini
I
di
don't think
tengah
is he a sub?
season.
Oh, is that the coach?
Menjadikan anak-anak sampai titik ini. Pasti ada cerita tersendiri
Assuming
dari
that's our
Coach
coach.
Erpang. Gimana Coach Erpang berjuang bersama tim Geek Fam sampai titik ini?
Coach? That's coach? Yeah, makes sense.
Kuncinya cuma satu sih. Saling percaya satu sama lain. Mereka percaya sama gue, jadi gue bisa. Kita bisa
Coach
sampai sini.
Erpang.
Kepercayaan. Cadera gimana? Kamu terlihat terharu banget perjuangan yang tidak mudah dari regular
Damn,
season
Cadera's crying.
hingga ke babak playoff dan menjadi grand finalist.
Oh.
Damn, big guy is crying.
Dari masuk dari season 10.
Aww.
Playoff.
Kencana.
Damn.
It's okay. Memang begitu mengharukan perjalanan dari Cadera.
Ini yang dinamakan
Man is
kekeluargaan
emotional
tadi
right
yang
now.
disebutkan oleh Coach Erpang juga saling mendukung satu sama lain.
Cadera's hungry, that's why. What the fuck?
Dulu gak ngerasain playoff.
Let him have his moment, man.
Kesempatan, tapi
Extra rice
pulang
tonight.
pertama tetap bersyukur lah ngerasain playoff. Dan alhamdulillah season 12 dikasih kesempatan lagi dan ngerasain yang namanya turnamen internasional dan masuk grand final.
Begitu bersyukur dan begitu terharu tentunya dari Cadera. Baloy, Cadera tuh terharu, kamu malah ketawa-ketawa. You laughing.
Soalnya aku remember season 10 dia nangis gara-gara kita gak lolos playoffs.
Yeah.
Terus sekarang dia nangis gara-gara kita M5 guys!
Baloy. Tapi Baloy ini adalah tiket M Series kamu yang ketiga. Ada perbedaan gak sih? Are there any difference between you securing the M5 ticket when you're in the Philippines and right now with the Geek Fam?
Beda banget sih, soalnya when I go first in Indo, banyak yang language barrier gitu. I'm so happy that we make it to the M5 event like we Indonesia and Philippines gitu.
Dia sangat happy walaupun
dia merasakan kalau di Indonesia itu ada kendala bahasa dan itu mungkin lebih challenging untuk Baloy, makanya sekarang juga lebih emosional dengan teman-teman barunya juga di Indonesia. Dia benar-benar sangat bahagia. Dan it's not only you, but also Marky. Marky is come back to World Champion Series. Marky, congratulations. You prove yourself in this final lower bracket and goes to grand final and also M5 World Champion
Well, it hasn't
Series.
improved so much. Yeah, it does sound pretty nice.
How about that, Marky?
Surprising.
You proving yourself now?
Yeah, I just proving myself because so many say to me cannot play anymore. And then I just play and I give my best. And thank you for my boss and to all my teammates because he trust me.
Wow, itu kepercayaan yang disebutkan Coach Erpang. Marky mungkin mengatakan pada saat awal banyak yang bilang nggak bisa main dan dia membuktikan di stage playoff. Dan Bude, super fans, bukan hanya Geek Fam yang hari ini pertama kali mendapatkan M Series, tapi juga ada Nile di sini yang pertama kali MPL, pertama kali playoff, sekaligus juga pertama kali mendapatkan M Series tiket. Nile, gimana perasaan kamu?
Pasti senang banget, terus gue mau kasih kredit buat ke coach-coach gue. Mulai dari Robo,
Dude, MVP, the show, MVP.
Wow.
Senang banget gue.
Apakah mereka membantumu sebagai, bisa dibilang kamu adalah rookie di season ini? Apa yang mereka mungkin kasih tahu ke kamu, biar walaupun rookie, tapi juga bisa bersinar?
MVP.
Mungkin mereka bilang percaya diri aja. Anggap sama kayak MDL.
Percaya diri aja. Dan kamu benar-benar bisa percaya diri dan sampai
Marky for BTR player? Yeah, Marky was on BTR and they never let him play.
Bisa sampai hari ini bersama dengan teman-teman.
To be fair, he wasn't really that great. I mean, actually, nah. There's like a language barrier apparently. But they basically never let him play.
Terkaget-kaget dari Nile.
Marky for sure feels good winning this.
Tapi ada Aboy juga nih dari tadi ngumpet di belakang. Biasanya ngelihat Aboy yang cool. Hari ini kayaknya ngumpet di belakang terharu banget Aboy. Gimana rasanya mendapatkan tiket M5?
Senang banget lah, kan dari awal kita udah niatan mau dapat M5, akhirnya terwujud juga sih.
Marky still speak Indo? Yeah, seems like
di
it.
depan mata. Aboy sendiri anak yang sangat kalem. Di Geek Fam kelihatannya ya, kalau lagi interview tuh kalem banget. Boy, kamu aslinya kayak apa sih? Apakah kamu ngamuk kalau cuma lagi main di Land of Down?
Mau sok kalem aja sih.
Sok kalem aja.
Sok kalem, jadi aslinya nggak sok kalem? Nggak kalem aslinya?
Enggak.
Tapi biar mungkin itu kuncinya adalah tenang. Karena mereka benar-benar di 2 game, sempat ketinggalan 2 game lagi. Namun di 5 game yang dilakukan oleh tim Geek Fam. Dan juga mereka tentu saja akan ada satu player yang menjadi kuncian. yang menjadi mungkin jawaban juga dari kemenangan mereka di 5 game ini. Geek Fam Unity, siapakah player of the match dari final lower bracket? Siapa semuanya disebut? Mari kita cek bersama-sama, Monik.
Ini dia, player of the match kali ini adalah
Oh boy.
Katanya nggak
Angela?
kalah Bude. Jadi player of the match kali ini.
Gak tahu sih main Angela doang.
That would not be the first one that I would think of, but congrats.
Hey,
Sus. Yeah.
Banyak banget hero signature dari Abo itu.
They all did great.
Banyak dibicarakan
sama Angela.
Satu player yang ternyata juga punya banyak potensi. Memang kalem-kalem aja Abo, apalagi dengan Valentinamu. Banyak yang mengakui Valentinamu. Tapi kamu sendiri gimana sih untuk menjaga performa Aboy? Babak playoff ini Aboy.
Boy might have done the least that game.
Apa ya, kayak percaya satu sama lain aja sih. Orang-orang terdekat aku juga percaya kalau masih bisa improve lebih bagus lagi.
Lalu terus improve.
Boy, he did a lot, don't get me wrong. He did a lot. Angela. But I think everyone else did like even better. Nile got all the red trees, big bonks. Luke shut down Supercan really hard. CC'd him really hard to secure the objectives. Marky, you know, actually farmed and carried.
Dan akhirnya memenangkan game terakhir.
Nggak tenang juga sih.
Fine, I guess. Alright guys, I'm gonna go now. See you all later. See you tomorrow, watching the grand finals.
Bisa balikin lagi.
Grand finals tomorrow, we'll see that.
Oke, Budi jadi
Thank you for
penasaran.
watching. Hope you all enjoyed.
Apa yang terjadi di game 3?
I'll see you all
Kalian
tomorrow.
itu udah deket banget untuk mengambil
When
kemenangan.
we watch
Tapi terjadi
Wait, Geek Girls.
apakah kalian kepengen
Nah.
cepet-cepet end biar 3-0
Thanks for watching,
gitu?
guys.
Iya,
Bye.
kita mana ya? Komunikasi